Hey, hello. Welcome to my underground bunker where we will ride out the end of the world together. Just kidding. I just wanted to hop on here for a second to present you the best new opportunity to get it on the ground floor, literally. Like, you guys are in the basement of this opportunity, and I think it's going to be absolutely life-changing. It's called Salad Dress Inc., and it's actually all salad dressing. And all you have to do is recruit 25 people a day until the day you die, and you too can be as happy and as fulfilled and as mentally stable as I am. I will host 300 live streams a day in my bunker. This is going off the deep end already. Hello. Just came back from a 3-mile run. And it lasted longer than I thought. I ran a little slow. So I came back and my face is still red and I'm a little still not out of breath, but I'm still drinking my water. So we're going to have to ease into this live stream. But we're here. We made it. We did it. It's a Saturday. It's the weekend. And here we are. So as promised, I said I would do a live stream, a second one this week. Technically, this is still this week. Because until Monday comes again, I can still say that I stuck to my word. I just got busy at my job. So I couldn't do it until now. So here we are. Thank you to Mitch Zero. Mitch Zero says, I avoided COVID for 3 years, but it has me down for the count this weekend. A key alive is exactly what I need to manifest health. Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks. At this point, it's COVID-23. It's no longer COVID-19. I'm just kidding. It is. You're welcome. I will help you. Now, you said manifest. That's so, old school thinking. That is like quantum physically so old. It's actually Woman Fest. So we can Woman Fest you some health and wealth this fine Saturday evening. So so I have one piece of bad news, but it might become good news if I can download it real quick. For some reason, I got a new computer in December, and I guess because iCloud is something that I never used before, my whole desktop got completely deleted. And so therefore all of my sound bites got deleted from my desktop, and I'm trying to download them so I can use them, but I don't know how to do it. So it's I keep making new folders. I'm like, how do I download? I just need to download it. We'll see. So I had one. No, none of them are working. I'm so sorry, everybody. We'll see if I can rectify it during the live stream. But thank you anyways for your super chat, Mitch Zaro. Okay, yeah. Which salad dressing will cure ADHD? All of them. You just have to chug them all at once and forego the salad. Just straight dressing is the solution moving forward. Okay, so like I said last stream, someone is on the fast track to millionaire status when they have their collection of sales items behind them when they're doing live streams. So I figured, since we're going to be revisiting our good friend Boss Lee, Boss Lee clapped back. I don't think she clapped back at me specifically. I think she was reacting more to the other people before me and the more anti-MLM community. I think she watched their video or was aware of their video. She did block me, though. That is the big update. Boss Lee blocked me. She's Block Lee now to us. So she blocked me. So obviously she must have been aware of some sort of, unless she just did one of those things where you're blocked because you're associated with some other account that's anti-MLM. That's possible too. But that was some interesting updates. But she actually responded to the hate. And so we're going to watch some of that and respond to her responding to the hate. And then after that, I have to, hold on. Let me give them the correct shout out, because Ariel, I don't know if you're here. Ariel, not sure how you pronounce it. she found Rachel Justine, the spiritual coach who is teaching abundance while meanwhile in debt on her credit card debt, and kind of unaware of how things work that we talked about on Tuesday. She found her account, and it's actually interesting, and there seems to be a little bit of money coaching going on, which is exactly what she said she doesn't do. So we're going to explore that for a couple minutes. And then also we're going to talk about the TikTok woman, the teen who lied about having cancer and scammed people out of money. And, you know, we'll watch some of her old TikToks just to understand once again, how this continues to happen with people who are not ashamed of their behavior. It's every time it happens, it shocks me again and again and again. And we'll be doing this for the next 30 years and it'll still be like, I can't believe it's happening again. And here we go. All right. So thank you for joining. Here we go. We're going to start with Boss Lee. Now, okay, before I do this, is there a way to download the sound bites? Because I see them right here. I'm clicking and there's no download thing. The download button is grayed out. Why? Okay, whatever. Sorry, everybody. No soundbite Saturday. Everyone can cleanse their palate from all the sound bites. Just pretend what they're going to be. They'll be there by Tuesday. Okay, so we're going to skip around a little bit. I didn't watch the whole thing. I only watched the first 20-ish minutes of this, but even in the beginning, it gets a little juicy. And the one thing I will warn everyone of, Jessie, Boss Lee, is going to insinuate several times that the reason why people are hating on this event that happened is because we're all fat and lazy, and we just can't imagine moving our legs on a vacation, and that's why everyone's upset. And so if that's something you don't want to be confronted with or think about or laugh about, that's going to be in this. So just FYI. Okay. So this is her live stream on YouTube. Now you can't block on YouTube, so I have access, and on Facebook I can still see her stuff because it's harder to block on Facebook as well. But Instagram apparently is getting really easy to block people quickly. Okay, so this one's called Trial Packing Live with Avi. Now, I guess Avi is her boyfriend, but then her boyfriend also doesn't come out all the time. Like, he doesn't show up at least in the part that I saw. And so it just seems like the whole vibe that I got from this video watching it is that she's upset. I think she's going to try to mask that well. Like, I don't care. But to me, it seemed like she feels a little cornered and a little caught in this whole drama. So now she's going to try to defend herself. But I was watching some of her other stuff too, and she was talking about having an abusive childhood. And I was just like, this is how this all happens, you're abused, and then it's not always what happens, but it tends to happen in some cases. Like, you have a bad childhood, you've been abused, and then you get one tiny drop of power, and then the way you handle that is to abuse other people. So it sort of made me really sad. This whole situation sort of it's obviously effed up completely, but it makes me feel like, oh, this is just something that's going to be a problem for her and all the people who are in the group and are defending her so deeply. It's just sad overall. But anyways, let's watch it. Let's see what she has to say about the haters. Haters gonna hate. We just want to be in an MLM so bad that we can't understand. Okay, but first, I'm bearing the lead here. There was one comment on here that I thought was interesting. There's only 11 comments. And this person's named the Maverick of MLM. And the comment just sort of shocked me. Again, nothing really shocks me, but it also sort of caught me off guard how you could be so kind of self-unaware. And then she says, okay, the Maverick of MLM. These people clearly don't travel and do excursions, because I've been on plenty of 12-hour excursions with a shitload of walking. MLM haters don't exercise, so people moving their bodies is foreign to them. Okay, so I was like, that's rude. That's completely rude and not true. And then I was looking at her page, and I know she's a small creator. I'm not trying to punch down or like bully this person whatsoever, but it just shows to me someone who is like believing in a person like Boss Lee and is being manipulated by a person like this, because in her defenses of, she's like, her big thing is like defending the MLM structure. She's repeating all this stuff that's like, so like, it's like, oh, you know, you can't, I don't need a job with benefits. I'll just let her say it. But it's like, it makes me so sad. I'm like, oh my God, I hope this person's okay and is not going to continue down this path, because it's like, there's people who get into it, they realize quickly that it's bullshit and then they leave. But it's people like this who get in it and then are convincing themselves over and over again. Those are the people that I fear are going to go bankrupt by buying product and trying to rank up and, you know, be in the graces of people. Okay, here's one.
I'm making this reply just because I see this so much with people who don't understand multi-level marketing. When you hop under someone's page and start telling them they deserve more than multi-level marketing, and, you know, oh, multi-level marketing doesn't offer you any benefits and it doesn't offer you a guaranteed or stable income. Who the hell said I was looking for that? I'm not looking for a 401k. I'm not looking for health insurance benefits. I am looking for freedom. And that is something that you will never get on a job. It is only something that you can get when you stop trading your time for money. So yes, multi-level marketing, when you first start out,
It's such a flawed mindset, and this is something that I would start to think about when I was working at my job, and I would watch all these vlog people on YouTube, and they were like traveling the world and digital nomading, and they look so happy, and they're swimming in the ocean with their butt cheeks out, and I'm like, what? I'm sitting in the cubicle and I'm a loser, and oh my God, this sucks. I'm so bored. Oh my God, I want to be doing that. Okay, and then you start to go, well, you'll never make enough money. You need to start, you're trading money for time, and you're going to waste your entire life sitting here. And I would just get so depressed about it, but being unable to do anything about it. And so I feel like I never got this extreme, but that was the pathway that my brain was allowing me to go down, where I was like, yeah, well, maybe I should give this, course a shot. What do I have to lose? And it's like, it's just, you start to understand like the cultic ways that these companies and other groups use. And then you start to hear their members use the same tactics. It's scary. And it's like 99% of people who join an MLM make or lose money. Like, that's a statistic and a fact. So the fact that you're like, I don't want to have health insurance and a stable income because I want to be free, it makes no goddamn sense. Anyways, I just saw that and I kind of went down a small rabbit hole. So I don't know. That's the person who's supporting this person. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so here's the clap back from Jessie Lee. Finally. Okay, here we go.
I need a charger over here too, by the way. Where? Hello, everybody. What's going on? It's Jessie Lee. You can call me #BossLee or the People's Mentor. I help people make 6 and 7 figures online from their phones. This is an Ask Me Anything.
Okay, so I'm stopping it really soon. I help people make money from their phones, as well as they just make money from their phone, 6 and 7 figures. But you also have to, trek across South America with me without knowing what's going on, and climb up mountains and do whatever else, stuff. So you sleep overnight on the beach in your wet, bathing suit. Just that, just add that on your phone. They make it sound so easy and simple in one instance. And then the next second, it's like, this is the hardest thing you'll ever have to do. If you don't have the mental fortitude to sell to people ketones online, then you aren't meant for this business. Like, which one is it?
We're also going to pack up trials because you guys have a bunch of orders. And I have Sasha, Mateo, and Avi here. You can ask questions about the 15-hour hike. We're actually kind of excited about that. And Sasha and Mateo said, and Avi will actually strip off to the side, but Mateo and Sasha are going to strip every time you order. So link is in the bio. Well, at least Sasha offered that. But anyway, we are going to pack up your orders. So thank you for your orders that we already have. And you can, you can ask anything you want. It doesn't have to be about these egregious claims that are being made on the internet. But anyway, all right, baby. So
the first one
first
is
order.
Ashley.
Okay.
That's going into.
By the way, where's everybody watching from? We can chat with you guys about whatever you want to chat about.
Okay,
National.
skipping
Oh,
ahead.
Canada. In the house. Yes. Hello. Processing my training from today. Mind blowing. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. So priority mailer, as you know, we're going to do a keto kick bundle and 15 Mito class. So crazy.
Into the juicy
your account
stuff.
of what happened sounded very brutal. Was it that intense? Mateo.
Yeah.
Take this one.
Okay, I skipped ahead. So now she's like, okay, I heard it was very brutal. What's your take? Okay, so now she's going to call Mateo, one of the people who are on the trip, to confirm that, everyone's happy. And when I saw this, I first thought of, it's not funny because it's like a tragic story, but like all the people in Nexium, at first, like, if Keith Raniere at first was to say, none of the people who are still in my group are unhappy. Come on camera and tell everyone how happy they are. Like, they'd be like, yes, I'm so happy. But then a year later, they're all in court telling the truth about what happened in these cults. It's like, this is not, because everyone wasn't and is not immediately, up in arms about what happened, to me does not prove anything that like, oh, okay, we were mistaken about, being so offended by your retelling of this story. So anyways, it's not, to me, it's like, okay, that's how traumatized people act, usually, is that they're still trying to appeal to the leader.
I take this one.
Okay. What happened in Colombia sounded very brutal, according to the videos that people are making about us. Would you like to talk about the intensity?
How's the sound? she's sort of like far away. Another culprit of doesn't give a shit about, people hearing you. Like, get a microphone, for God's sakes. Okay, I'm going to try to, I'll try to lower myself and raise her.
So, now, not to...
You can come on camera if you'd like to.
Can I come on camera?
Sure.
Again, this is like horrible
Hey
content.
guys, how you doing?
This is Mateo.
So,
He's Italian. Ciao, ciao. Ciao, 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 ciao.
AKA Broski.
aka Broski. So, you want the actual truth?
Mm-hmm.
It was brutal. It was incredible. Like a lot of people, out of the 16 people, at least 15 could have died, because Sasha Franz, you don't kill him even like, I don't know, even in the worst situation ever. Now,
I do the keto kick bundle while he explains how.
Okay, I'm not sure that is helping me feel better about the situation. And I don't know why she's bringing these people in to like make it better, because they're not making it better thus far.
Absolutely brutal and horrific the entire experience was.
Whatever you don't need, just join.
And so the actual truth is that the hike, because we want to call it like that, but it wasn't even a hike. It was a challenge level 2, like literally for absolute beginners. Like at the end of it was organized for mentally be prepared for everything. So like let's prepare for a 15 hours hike or whatever. But it was a really soft thing that at the end had an incredible result. Like mentally, the people, like all of us, got out with many things that we learned, even though physically it wasn't such an incredible thing. Then, okay, we had
Okay, that's the total opposite of how she presented it. If you remember, she's like, you don't grow if you don't physically, rip your muscles apart. You don't grow mentally if you don't challenge yourself and have a traumatic experience. Emotionally, you don't grow if you don't throw yourself into situations that are too hard for you and like you trust your leaders and don't ask the wrong questions. So now it's like, oh, it's actually really, really easy. So he's sort of saying, oh, she exaggerated, is their claim now, that her retelling of it, like, we could have killed people, was just all for show and actually is not the true, take on things. But then again, like, so if that's the case, then it's actually you who should be blamed for blowing this out of proportion in your storytelling.
a person that after 45 minutes was a bit sick because of the heat. It's fine, but like the heat, it's like even just being in the pool that could have happened. Like literally, like we're literally just walking straight on a normal like
Road.
a normal road,
Road.
and the heat in Colombia is fine. It's pretty hot, of course, but it's nothing incredible. We had different stops, so it's like it was everything super calculated. Like we have to be honest. We had actually, I don't know what we saw the video in
Yeah,
on
apparently
YouTube.
Matteo and Sasha watched the video.
Yes,
We can account that I have not watched it, but I do.
She said the video, so I think she's talking about, I think her screen name's JJ. I think that's the video they're speaking of. I didn't watch the full video of hers, but I think basically she did the same thing. She went through the other video and pointed out things. So I'm not sure exactly what she said in it, but
You know it exists.
we kind of watched the video.
Pretty psychotic that you guys even believe this. It's a little strange you believe the things that they've said, but
It is just crazy, like the way.
free gift, by the way.
okay, see, that right there to me is just like she almost is like screwing up, in my opinion. Like if you're gonna double down and you're gonna be the boss bitch of like MLM, you can't get triggered like this, you know, by people calling you out. It's almost showing your true nature, that you want people to like you, and that's human nature. But because she's got this persona that she's like, I don't care what anyone says, I'm so loud and I can tell people what to do and I do this and I'm a leader and da 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 da. It's all an act. And I think this video so far and the 20 minutes that I watch, it shows that there's a crack, that she doesn't really believe the shit that she's selling and what she's saying, in my opinion.
By the way, in your order.
The way things are completely twisted. It was 100%, even for the unfittest person ever, which some of the ladies were not in the best physical condition, yet like nobody was not able to face the whole thing. Even when it comes to the famous diabetic person, which if you will ever ask for a feedback to this diabetic person, like she completely changed their life because of the day, like facts. Like it was an actual, like it was a challenge for at some point, but like who doesn't like challenges? And at the end, like when a challenge is hurting you, a challenge is just made for you to grow. That's pretty much the thing. So like that's pretty much what I have to say. Like I don't have to tell that the rocks or the mountains that we climbed were nothing incredible, nor the walk, the 1 hour walk on the beach, nor something like that. And we always had a backup plan. So actually the person that had the issue in the very first 45 minutes, then she had options of being transported back with a helicopter. Yep. Eventually. She had an option which she take. So we had different flags that we were saying. So do you want to use the
yellow
green flag,
the
yellow flag, etc. So and she used the flag. So we had a motorbike picking her up and transporting her to the next stop point where we actually had some lunch. So everything was absolutely calculated. Nobody was ever at a life risk or anything like that, and that's super ridiculous. Like even just thinking that way. Anyway.
She was the one, okay, again. And throughout this whole thing, she's going to say, you weren't there. So how do you know? You weren't there. So how do you know? It's like, we are taking your word for it from the last live stream where you completely like went step by step of the whole experience and told people what you were thinking and what you wanted out of your team and how stupid they were for not preparing their more tampons and whatever, you know? So at first he says, okay, just to recap what he said. First he said the challenge level was like super low, level 2, low. Any unfit person could do it. However, there were some women who were not fit. Okay. But then there was some people who, you know, it was a challenge, but you know, who doesn't love a challenge? Okay, so which one is it? Is it not a challenge, or if it is a challenge? And they're like, at no point could someone have died. We had so many backup plans. Okay, but then in the other video, Boss Lee was like, no one told us that someone had diabetes. So what was the backup plan for that? Like, yeah, I guess it worked out that, and she's going to talk about how the woman with diabetes had insulin. Like, okay, wonderful. But you didn't know that. So you got lucky that this woman who you tricked into going on this 15-hour hike prepared enough in advance to have enough medicine for herself. But what if she didn't? Whose responsibility is that? Like, what are you going to tell the cops when this person dies and it's like, oh, well, I was testing them so they could sell ketones on the internet. Like, okay, lady, you know, it's just it's crazy. Anyways, back to it.
If it was. fucking hell, like it's so nice an experience or whatever.
Exactly. I love it. It was funny though. Yeah. It was hot. You know, people were sweating, especially the people from Sweden who aren't used to the heat. So what? We told them 2 days in advance. You guys never asked. You didn't ask for how much we prepared them. You didn't ask for what we told them 90 days in advance.
You didn't ask. Okay, so she's all about asking. Like, she only wants to ask. She wants you. You don't get like, her leadership style is, I'm going to tell you bullshit, and if you don't ask me 25 questions back and then don't believe what I tell you, you're an idiot. And I guess that is true in the MLM space. You're interacting with people, like your targets, or as they call them, prospects in the MLM space. They're dehumanized. And I was thinking about this on my run, actually. It's a little soliloquy for you. You know, I think when you're at war, not even I think, when you're at war, they tell soldiers on both sides, you know, okay, these people are the enemy. And it's very important that you see people and you think of those people that you're shooting and killing and whatever, or, you know, fighting against. Those are the enemy. Those are no longer human beings. To be able to continue what you're doing, you know, mentally you have to get into that headspace, I think, to survive yourself and to come out the other side. I think the same thing is true for business. I think it's definitely true for these more scammy businesses, or even like scam artists. Like, instead of a person that you're targeting, it's like, oh, that's my mark. They're no longer human beings. It's like trying to find something that matches the description. For MLM people, it's prospects. It takes away the humanness of who they are. So you're not scamming someone who has like a child and is, you know, down on their luck and is looking for a way out and is being scammed. No, that's just someone that you can make money off of, and it's all about you. And I don't know why that's important to bring up, but I think that's how she sees people. It's like, they were fine. They, you know, it's all in the name of making money. It's like, but they're people too, you know? Like, why put someone through that where they have to get escorted by a motorbike in front of their peers, other than to feed your own ego? It's so silly. Anyways, that's my whole like rant monologue. Rosie Diaz, thank you so much. Rosie says, Kia, I never catch these lives. I've been watching since Chronically Rah Rah, enjoying you exposing all the scammers. Oh, thank you and welcome. I wish I had a soundbite I could play you, but the board is down and out for the count. So thank you, and I'll make up one. What is one I could say? I'm not emotionally stable. That's one that I would have played in this moment. Thank you, Rosie. Okay, back to it.
You didn't tell us any of this stuff, but you get very excited about this crazy marketing videos. Like, it's incredible how you can get so upset about a place you never were. A diabetic who changed her life, who had insulin the whole time. Who told you guys she didn't have insulin? Where did that detail come in?
I never said that she didn't have insulin, so I don't know.
Like, why are you listening to these people? Like, it's incredible. Amazing marketing, though. Literally, the couch.
See, this, I don't know. I didn't get to this part of it yet. See, that's like, makes me even more annoyed that the motorbike was like a random person. They're like, hey, she needs help. Like, that doesn't sound like a backup plan to me. That sounds like a fly of the seat of your pants plan.
Potatoes out here are triggered. We agree. This is not Avi. Baby, why don't you say hi?
Hi. Hi, everybody.
Avi. This is Mateo.
I'm definitely not Javi.
Welcome to the
never
work.
tell me that I'm Javi.
You wish to be me.
Very bad person.
Yeah, same face.
That's why he never comes on camera. Just
Maybe the same face, but not the same nose.
But that's like an insult to me. Like, if
No,
he's
no.
not attractive. He's very attractive.
See, that part where she's like, he's very attractive. I don't know. I just feel like, oh, like, stop being so insecure. I don't know. It makes me uncomfortable. It's just like the persona is like, she's this badass bitch, right? Like, I don't care. But then, like, it's to me obvious that she's insecure that her boyfriend won't come on the camera for some reason, and she has to let you know at home, people who don't like her, and she's trying to defend herself without it appearing that she's trying to defend herself, that he's actually really hot. It's like, okay, girl, like, no one cares really. Everyone's just trying to hold you accountable for, you know, potentially hurting someone in the future. So if no one said anything, you would probably run out of control. So I think that's why everyone's kind of saying like, this is not a good plan that you just did and are bragging about. Thank you, Molly Henry. Molly Henry picked an open eye with the word sneak peek. Ooh, a sneak peek. I love it. Thank you very much, Molly Henry. It's okay to cry, Molly Henry. It's okay to cry. Thank you.
Oh, God. Oh, I love this. So are you excited for all the lawsuits coming my way? Let's discuss this. Who would sue? There are 15 super, super happy people, like amazingly happy people. We changed their life. Like nobody would sue. And by the way, how do you know they didn't sign waivers to begin with?
It doesn't matter. If you sign a waiver and then you end up dead or like severely injured, a waiver doesn't mean that you can't still sue.
Did you think about that? Or are you just watching these videos of these two total couch potatoes who could never survive the walk, the hike? It's incredible. It's literally incredible. Go look at all the comments that people were like, I'm a quote unquote survivor. They're making fun of you guys. They're literally making fun of you guys. Like,
and we're making fun of you. That's how it works. That's the trade-off that you agreed to when you show up on the internet and say insane things. That's pretty rude. I think that comment was obviously rude, and she's trying to say or insinuate that the people who are making videos, and again, I don't know exactly who she's talking about, but the people making videos are like lazy loafs that could not get off the couch. Okay. All right, that's one way to. So it seems like she's getting pissed, like she's getting angry. And to me, again, it just seems like that's an immature way to take this.
Holy smokes. All right, baby. Who's the next order? Amazing. You guys, it's pathetic. It's freaking incredible. Amanda.
What's pathetic?
Although maybe you should sue Sasha Franz, but that's just my personal opinion. Mostly because he's German. Go to California.
Germans always make problems.
Yes. She was never a top leader. The woman loves to lie, okay? Loves to lie and embellish. 30,000 points on our team is absolutely not a top leader. Sasha Franz, how many points a month did you do?
How many?
I was a gold ruby leader. Like, okay, you have made up fantasy points in a fantasy company where, again, 99% of your fellow compadres are making no money. So I'm not impressed by, I have 30,000 Pinkle points. Like, okay.
Yeah, like as a top leader.
At the moment, this month.
No. Like what is rank 10?
1 million.
Oh, 1 million! But somebody goes online and markets themselves as the top leader for 30,000 points. Guys, do the mathematics. Like, come on. All right.
I'm as lost as you are probably about who she's talking about.
California? Yeah. This is a 60-hour reboot system. Again, we're packing trials. You can use code 15 off for 15% off. So I love this. Randy, who was on the trip, this just in. I'm going to sue you if you don't continue to do these amazing retreats for us. Lindy, who was on the trip, one of the survivors. I'm going to sue if I'm not invited to the next one. Just saying. Like, I love it. You guys are driving me traffic. It's actually kind of incredible. So
Free gift.
Free gift. Yeah, we're doing free gifts as well.
I think she's panicking, honestly. I think she's internally very afraid that her reign as any sort of, I don't know, like diva boss babe could come crashing down. And I wonder if there's something else going on here that we're not hearing about. Like there is somebody who's upset within the group. I could be wrong, who knows? But I think also that this is very fresh off the whole experience. If somebody doesn't succeed in this business and starts to get upset and starts to open their eyes, take the wool off their eyes, and like in it 6 months from now decides, fuck you, she could be liable for some legal action. It doesn't matter. Like if there's a statute of limitation, I don't think it's 1 day for someone to come to their senses and sue her. So I think she's panicking.
Love that. All right. What's next?
Packing.
Packing more?
Yeah, just packing.
I love it. Yes, we are packing trials. So link is in the bio.
She's trying to act unbothered.
Code 15 off for 15% off. These are pure therapeutic ketones. They put you in ketosis in an hour or less.
Like, why would she block everybody too? Like, why would she block me if she didn't care? Like, I'm so happy. Everything's great. I really help these people change their life. If you really believe that, why would you block people who are critical?
Benefits are fat loss, muscle preservation, better sleep, skin, mood, focus, energy, and digestion. That's what we're doing, Jackie. Hi. Trey Love says, I'm going to sue you if you ever stop doing lives. Kate says, I want to do it at the next mastermind. We wouldn't be mad. Hey, we might in Colorado, actually. We might do a pretty awesome hike when we're there. Sure wish someone would push me past my limits. See, I knew I had winners that follow me. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. By the way, your daughter's name is Avni, and we call her Avi. I love that. How long are the boys in town for? We're about to go to, not yet, Heidi. We're about to go to the Bahamas together. We're flying on a private jet. They'll probably sue me for that too. You know, it's very dangerous. You know, I don't know. Sasha will probably sue me for the private jet if anybody does. Maybe Andreas. I don't know. All right.
We're going on our private jet to the Bahamas.
Just making sure.
Oh, are you the woman that took her leaders on a 15-mile hike? Well, now it's 15 miles. I thought it was 15 hours.
You're the one who said it was 15 hours.
I'm trying to get the facts straight, guys. Was it 15 hours? What did we do? Did I abandon them on a beach and leave them there to die? Were there diabetics and diabetic comas? Like, can you please tell me the story? Because I know I was there and you weren't, but like.
And she also, by the way, she also deleted the other live stream. So now she's able, I guess, to say like, the story is being twisted. It's like, well, why did you delete it then? Again, why would you delete something now that you're being accused of, you're accusing everyone of changing the facts? Like, keep the story up then. You know, it makes no sense. It's weird.
I would love to know the story since 3 of us that were literally there are in the room right now and none of you were there, but you seem to know more about the trip than the people who were there. So please give me more information since I wasn't there.
She was asking you.
There is another label for Amanda. I'm just making
We printed 2 on accident. Yeah.
All right. So next one.
Lindy's laughing at you for 15 hours. And yes, this survivor must go to bed because now we have another out of the country event leaving tomorrow. Let's go die in the Bahamas. Oh, I'm shocked. I'm not shocked with stupidity. Rendy, who was there, I not once felt unsafe or concerned about my health. It's amazing. Like, I know this is good stuff. It's good stuff. All right, baby, let's go. Heidi, who is watching live, how are you?
Hi, Heidi.
Hi, Heidi. Heidi, ho. Hi, Nicole. She got her ketones. Love that. Can I order? Yes. Link in the bio. These are pure therapeutic ketones. They put you in ketosis in an hour or less. Stacy says, I've been doing planks every day. Yes, we had people plank every day. It is true. And we did only provide them with healthy food. It was my trip. I paid for it. They didn't pay to be on it. So I fed them what I like to eat, which is healthy food. Okay. All right. And anyway, all right.
I fed them healthy food. She said something like, I forced them to eat clean. Was the way she worded it previously. I forced them to eat clean is a little different than I have a diet that I like to stick to and I, was cooking for everybody. So that's what I did. She was the one exaggerating, if it is an exaggeration. I tend to believe she was being honest the first time because this is how she believes that leaders are born by, going through trials and treks and tribulations, which is probably what she went through in her life from what I've sort of gathered from watching her stuff. Which is unfortunate. But again, like, why are you punishing other people for what you've had to go through? It's not fair to them. As much as they think and they've been brainwashed to believe it's helping them. This is, again, like early on in the experience. Give this 2 years. I bet this whole 15 people, they're all gone from her life. I would tend to guess. Natalia, thank you so much. Natalia says, finally made it to the live 1:30 a.m. here in Paris. Ooh, Paris. Ooh, have you seen Emily? Just wanted to say thank you for helping me to escape the self-help industry. You're welcome. Oh, that's awesome. Cool. Yeah, I again, no sound bites, but, Bold-Faced Lies is filled with the self-help industry. So I think I'm going to do a video about like more umbrella self-help industry stuff and my experience in it, because I think I've told a little bit of my story here and there, but I think people who are kind of like getting out of it would probably find benefit of hearing like how deeply I was also invested in this and got out and am feeling better long-term after leaving. So thank you, Natalia. I appreciate that. Bon, au revoir if you're going to sleep. And thank you to Chels Marie. Chels Marie says, look up some of her old videos, Kia. She's very insecure, always calls out the haters, and she's had a recent very extreme appearance change. I did notice that. I don't know. It seems like in the last 6 months or so, she's had a big weight loss journey, which wonderful, great, but 6 months prior, she also was like the boss babe. She's been doing this for a long time. And now all of a sudden that she's physically thinner, she's like very much wanting to put other people who aren't like her down, it seems. So I did notice that. And it's like 6 months ago, she was also, you know, the best, the highest earner, the most in line human being ever. And it's like, well, okay, but you're saying like your insides match your outsides. So 6 months ago when you were still having people join your team and be, you know, mentored by them. So that was all bullshit. I mean, I don't know. It's very confusing, but good point. Thank you, Chels Marie. And DC, thank you, says, sending you Google Drinks. Thank you. Sending you Google Drive link with saved videos. Okay, thank you. To my email on Gmail. Thank you very much, DC. I appreciate that. We can definitely go through some. I know the one Rendy who had to eat the sandy chicken tender, she did like a live stream or did a live video or some sort of video where she was explaining how like she's not a victim, which again does not make me feel better about the situation. Like a person who is obviously involved in a pyramid scheme telling you, oh, I wasn't hurt by this experience, when the details of the experience seemed very, very dramatic to me. And not even traumatic. Let's say it's not traumatic. Let's say she did overblow every single thing. I still wouldn't want someone who claims to care about my success to be ridiculing me on a live stream, making fun of me, telling me that I need to listen to her, listen to the leader, be forced to eat whatever she tells me, be forced to do planks, all these things I'm forced to do. What are you, my mother? Like, get out of here. Anyways, thank you to everybody who sent super chats. Okay, back to Jessie.
Let's see. So she is actually getting one of those big boxes because she has a lot, actually. She's got 45 Mitoplex, she's got Gummy Bear, and she's got a Variety Keto Up box as well. I love that, Stacy. I'm proud of you. Yes, you can ask questions. I look so happy, and I have my three main men in my life all in one room at the same time. So I got my man that I love them all, actually. I love them all. But there's no like gangbangs going on. That would be the next rumor that's happening. But that's not happening. Okay. Avi doesn't share. What does my daily diet look like? Very, very heavy in protein and then complex carbohydrates. Is there more Black Cherry Midnight? No, Nancy. Heidi says she's so excited. She's doing great. Yes, you can order link in the bio. Yes, you can keep asking questions. We're going to answer them. So you can ask any questions. How do you become part of the company? Plus from it. You can go to link in the bio and click on promoter. There is actually a promoter sale right now if you guys need to be.
Okay, this is horrible content.
You're stunning and radiating. Thank you, Jessica. Can we see your boyfriend? Sometimes he pops on, sometimes he doesn't. But he's over here packing all the stuff. You're 23, want to be financially free by 30. Suggestions. Network marketing is the best.
Yeah. Okay. Someone's like, I want to be financially free by 30. What are your suggestions? Network marketing is the best. At what? Losing your hope in a short period of time?
You subscribed in 2020 or 2021. You look so different. Yes, this would be what health looks like. Sasha Franz, do you have an opinion on something?
What?
Okay, here we go. So now if the first indication of the couch potatoes just can't handle my excursions on vacations, okay. Now she's going to say, this is what health looks like, baby. Okay. She's going to say, don't you think that, skinny people are better than fat people? And it's going to go downhill very quickly. So, and then she's going to backtrack on it.
You and Mateo this morning laughed, and you said that people were saying that there is not a way that you can't tell if somebody's healthy from what they look like. Yeah. I disagree because I feel like I look very healthy. I also feel very healthy. But I woke up and you guys were laughing about that. So do you have an opinion on that?
No, for sure. You can see that how unhealthy people are. And of course, in the US, it's not common or it's not allowed to say that. Everyone is afraid of that. But
where are you from?
I'm from Switzerland, or it's Germany. Yeah, so it's and in Switzerland, what we did would not be allowed to call a hike.
Sasha, can you tell a story about the one time when we were going to take a short walk? This is actually a very true Sasha Franz story. Sasha Franz and Jessie Lee's story, where we went on a short walk. A short walk in
third
Switzerland.
person.
To top of Zurich. Please tell the story. Come on camera while I grab these. All right,
hi,
so everyone's Sasha Franz. Does he look healthy?
Oh no,
Have you ever seen anyone snorting cocaine? Have you ever seen anyone with an eating disorder? I mean, those people may appear, without knowing them, thin. And I guess if that's your marker of healthy, then yeah, okay, they're healthy. But I don't agree with, oh, this is what health looks like, and this is the only way that you can define this is what health is, and you can be definitely unhealthy and on heroin. I don't know. You could be on a bunch of drugs that aren't healthy for your body, or drinking alcohol, be an alcoholic and be thin. Like this is stupid. And I think what she's trying to do is make the people who have been critical of her that may be larger than her in any way feel self-conscious about themselves, which is a great thing to do as a leader, you know?
Okay. So, first of all, the hike, that's amazing. I love to watch the video. Actually, if you're a fan of JL, go to the video and report it about racism and wrong informations, because
It is wrong information.
there are so many stupid things in it that's really ridiculous. First of all, Matteo, how long did we
Racism? From what?
plan this trip? I think we planned around 3 months this trip. So it's not something like we want to kill people. It's more about setting. Maybe the problem is most of the people, or these two ladies, just have the idea of bullshitting. If you, it's just clickbaiting, I would say.
I would
No,
Well, this person is saying the person with diabetes could have died. Are you sure?
Yes, of course, that's 100% true.
She's like, oh shit. when he said that, I think she was like, oh frick. Like, what are you saying? This is making you look worse. The two men who've spoken so far have made her look worse, I think. But I think she's trying to take a break from being on camera because it's a lot. And I think internally she's, like I said, ugh. But yeah. Oh, so what? Like, so I don't understand her. Like, oh, are you sure she could have died? It's like, yeah. If you were somewhere where there was she was like, in her own words, she's like, we took them to this abandoned beach where there was no help. Good luck. You can't scream out for help if you need help. We had to have the tour guide stay up all nights because it's actually very dangerous where we were. Okay, so if the woman who she said she didn't even know had diabetes at the beginning of the walk while they were already on the walk, didn't have insulin, what would they have done? That is a way that she could have died. Anyways.
If you sit at home, you can die too.
You can walk in Hawaii and a coconut gonna fall on your head and you can die.
Much more people die because of coconuts than shark attacks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's absolutely true. The interesting part here, I would say, is
We kidnapped them too. Holy shit.
life is dangerous, guys. Life is dangerous, and the cool part is, at the end, all of you will die. So the question is, do you die empty or do you die full of regrets? You didn't do anything in your life. And the interesting part is, think about it. When you are old, you will remember the things which were crazy and you're glad that you done it, right? And
what they described on the trip, like without the bullying behavior of her, to me doesn't sound that bad. That's not even what I have the problem with. It's not being told, so you're able to prepare or decide, I don't want to do a 15-mile-hour walk, whatever, an hour walk. I don't want to sleep on a beach because I have different standards for my life and my safety and what I feel comfortable with. If you want to go and do that, and you want to go to Colombia and sleep on the beach, if you want to go climb a mountain in Zurich, wherever, there's nothing wrong with that. It's not about the danger of what's happening. It's about being like tricked into it by a woman who has no experience other than selling MLM products online and whoever these guys are. And she's gone on some power trip about it and bragging about it as if this is the key to success and that you should get on board and like be treated like this. And, they had to go walk around Cartagena in the city with no shoes on, blindfolded. Like it's just, to me, this is the sign of a cult person that's starting to manipulate their people. They all think they're unique. Like all these people think, all the cult leaders that have ever come before and will come again, they all think they are special because they're treated by the people who look up to them as if they are special. And I think that's their downfall. You think that you're the first person who ever thought, if I take these people on a trip and break them down to make them vulnerable, I'm going to be in more control. You're not the first fucking person to think of that idea. And it's like, it's human nature to get a taste of something, to have a taste of power, a taste of money. And then if you are not completely in control of that, to go off the deep end. So it's like she's trying to justify something that's been done a million times. People are calling it out because we've seen this a million times, and it's annoying that it's like, well, all the going into specific little things and trying to say, well, she had her insulin, so it's not about that. It's about the overall message of what are you even doing to these people and why are they into it, and like this is all manipulation and a big problem that we have in this country, in this world. Okay, sorry. Thank you, Mai. Mai says, one of Jesse's downline who went on the trip was referring to the Colombians as little Colombians and then little Mexicans. That's the racism part. Jesse's down. Oh my God. Okay, so they should then flag it as racist. Oh God. Yeah, the sweet little Mexican who had to drive me to my safety. So sweet and nice and little. That's ridiculous and horrendous. Thank you for telling me that, Mai. Okay. Anyways, moving on.
If someone says, no, I want to stay at home, then of course you should not be part of a team which is focusing on growth. And I do coaching and I do this outdoor stuff for over 10 years. So it's a little bit like, I feel very offended that someone said, hey, we tried to kill people. There was a lot of intention behind that. We set the stage right.
I don't think anyone said they're trying to kill people, but if someone did die in this trip, I wouldn't be shocked by it. And they did not, prepare people enough to be able to have the choice whether they want to take that risk or not. That's the problem. Rebecca Romana, thank you very much. Rebecca says, bragging about pushing another person's limits is very uncomfortable to me. Yeah, I agree. Boundaries do not exist to be broken or negotiated. Also, hi, Kia. Yeah. Hello, Rebecca Romana. I don't have your soundbite, but I will repeat it now. You are gonna marry Dave Hollis. That's for you. I agree. That's the braggadocious way. And that's sort of the trend. Like she's an unfortunate victim, quote unquote, boss Lee of this. It's because it's part of a bigger trend of people in leadership positions. They treat people under them and they treat the customers as if they're idiots. And they're just like, again, targets, marks, things that they can overcome. Not like, I want to actually make a good product that can help somebody. It's all about tricking them, forcing them, manipulating them into something that's going to make you profit. And it's like, I'm sick of that. That's why we're calling them out one by one. My opinion. Thank you. Thank you, Rebecca Romana.
We had the right setting, so it's really like crazy. And the funny part is, I would say we didn't even do a hike.
No, we did a
in
walk.
Switzerland. You would be sued if you say that was a hike. No, because the mountain we feel ashamed. They said, hey, at the end we will hike up a mountain for 30 minutes. And it was like, it was a mountain which is in Dallas.
Yes.
Because Dallas is like super flat.
Yes.
So that was the hike. There was the hike we did in Switzerland. That was just a short. We wouldn't even say that it was a hike. It was a walk.
Yeah.
So it was a walk up the mountain.
Yeah, but I wasn't expecting it. You told me it was a little walk 3 hours later of walking straight uphill.
Yeah.
And I still didn't consider that he trauma bonded me, like they said. I still didn't consider it gaslighting. You guys, you weren't there.
Okay, that's your choice and your opinion. Doesn't everyone have a choice and opinion how to think about a situation? Like, I didn't think that when I was, lied to and forced up a hill, it was trauma bonding. Okay, good for you. Great, wonderful. But we're allowed to feel how we feel.
So you weren't there 90 days in advance when I told them we would be doing physical exercises, get in good shape. You weren't there when 2 days before we set the entire stage of you need to prepare yourself. So if you're somebody who...
No, that's not true, Bossy Lee. She said that on purpose, she did not want them to know how long it was because she wanted to see who her losers were. She wanted to see who her winners were because people who want to control everything, not unlike her, or want to complain and whine or whatever, she was going to, be able to see how they reacted. She wanted to see who was smart enough to ask leading questions. So it's all bullshit. Like, oh, we prepared them well in advance. No, you didn't. And you bragged about not doing that.
Needs more water, more snacks, more clothes, more whatever, do that. You weren't there when we literally told them everything to do. So you literally weren't there, but then you watch a video of somebody who actually would have died on that. Like I would say that they probably would have died on the walk. Whether it's heat exhaustion, sheer laziness, I don't really know. I don't think that they could have survived. You watched the video, not me, but I don't think they could have survived.
Yeah, it's even funny that someone.
Now, why would she say that? Like, honestly, like we all know why she's saying that, because it's a bitchy thing to say and she wants to inflict emotional pain on the person that made the video. But as a business move, why are you insulting people who aren't like the vision of health in your mind? Like, what is the point of that? All that is doing is making you look like an insecure bitch. I'm sorry. Cause it's like, so if you're someone who you believe, Jessie Lee believes is incapable of achieving what the challenge 2 hike was or whatever, they're going to go back and forth, whether it was challenging or not, then you're not allowed to say that it was trauma bonding. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, oh, fat people should have no say in anything. And that's not even what I'm saying she is or whatever. But like in her mind, because she's unable to do what they did, possibly by looking at her on the screen or not looking at her on the screen, as she claims, then you can't have an opinion. It's just so dumb.
The opinion and say something about that. Even the 2 ladies who were never there. And there's so many crazy things which are not fitting, because the question is, why should I, as a leader, try to kill my team to lose money? So that is super.
Oh, they said I tried to kill people?
Or at least they said, yeah, trauma bonding and stuff like that. Why would I create people who are traumatized? That doesn't make any sense.
To control them better, to not quit, and to need your love and affection so they stay. So because they're the customers, really. If they're in your downline, they're the ones who you're making money from, not the people buying ketone products. And I don't know, again, I don't think anyone said, at least I don't think I said, she was trying to kill people. I don't think they went there with the intention to kill people. And also the way that's like the mentality, like, why would I want to kill people? They make me money. It's like, that's the way you think about this?
That doesn't make any sense. And if you ever have some experience in growth, you know that you have to go through hard times. And personally, my personal opinion is most of you out there are too weak. Most of the bodies are too weak.
To do what?
The goal is that you do more hard stuff to get better. I know it sounds hard, and maybe it's not allowed and appropriate to say that in America, but it's the last call. But yeah, it's my last call, so I don't.
But I also, okay, you're too weak to do it. Okay, but didn't you say that anybody of the other guy said anyone of any physical fitness could have done this? So why is everyone freaking out about it? So which one is it? It's going back and forth between, well, you just don't understand because you're weak, versus, oh, it was actually fine for everybody, including diabetic people who, I don't know. Okay, JLB Nerdy, thank you. JLB Nerdy says, get it, Kia. Very much appreciate your videos. I very much appreciate your presence watching these videos. Thank you, JLB Nerdy, as always. And I will say, scruffy cons for you. Thank you.
I don't care.
Somebody said, is this Sasha's last live?
Yeah, it will be. Definitely, it will be my last live here on this channel, because I'm at the moment. Oh, should I say the address? No, just kidding. No, the point is, to be honest, most of the people are too weak, because we have everything is super comfortable, but you will not get better if you are in the comfort zone. And of course, and that is the most interesting part, is haters are just hating from below to up. If you are in a good position, you never hate downwards. You always hate upwards. So you know where the people are coming from. Yeah. And where they are.
Yeah, you're right. You got us there. I do believe in not punching down. I agree. So yeah, you're right. Totally. I mean, I can't disagree with that. They're right. But I think internally, when they go to bed at night, I think they do think that they know what they're doing. They're selling products on a Facebook Live. Like, come on.
Yeah, you guys don't like it that he's honest, but this is German, so this is just what it is.
Yeah.
So is it fat phobia? No. If you're going to come on a trip with me where you know the kinds of trips we take, and I tell you 90 days in advance, please start doing cardio every day. Do cardio every day, and you didn't have to come on the trip. People chose to come on the trip, and everybody survived the trip. I don't know if you've noticed. People think that some diabetic died. The diabetic is freaking thriving. Yeah. But did the diabetic?
I love how and also, again, like just to further prove my point of they don't see these people as people. These are their teammates, which, okay, at the highest level, but again, like, they're downline at the lowest level. The diabetic. Last time you were using their names like, oh, Kelsey, this one, that one, this one, and now it's the diabetic. Okay, good.
Diabetic die, right, exactly. Did she have it? Do you guys know if she had insulin or not? Or do we know that?
You didn't know. Because she said, we didn't know that there was no one told us there was a diabetic on this trip while they were already on the walk. So this is hindsight. Like, well, she didn't die. It's like, yeah, but that's because you got lucky.
Nobody died.
That is not for everyone. We are all not top athletes.
Then don't go on the trip.
Yeah.
You didn't have to come on the trip, Catherine, or anybody.
It was nothing for top athlete. Come on.
So a top athlete would sue us because he said, I wasted the day. 100%. He would say, and if I compare it, after that we were 4 days in the jungle without any medical advice, and this was really hot because we walked every day 15 to 20 kilometers.
Only Matteo and Sasha.
I wasn't there.
Because
we could talk about Jordan at least.
This is bad. Make better content, people. Your boss babes, come on, stop.
When I broke these parties, they're gonna say 4 days in the jungle.
Oh my God, they killed people and nobody returned.
So what about the whole, we didn't tell them how long it was going to be. So we were like, oh, we might be ready to walk for 2 hours, and it ended up being longer than 2 hours.
Yeah, that's
I love how she asks, like, she was the one, like, I was the one who lied to them all because I'm such a great leader. Now she's like, tell them why you decided not to tell them in advance. Like, she's definitely skirting the responsibility here a lot to these men who have shown up out of nowhere.
interesting.
What was the point behind that?
So the point is behind that this was a real life situation, that how often does things take much longer than expected, and we always have the expectation, oh, this should happen at this day, this should happen at this day, I should get this and this and this and that. But real life is totally different. Real life means you don't know when things are ending. And the cool thing is, look, what we are doing, what we did is a little bit more like parenting. Do you know what's the real task for a parent?
They took 15 or 16 adults on a leadership retreat, and they're like, this is actually a parenting lesson because we're their parents and they're all children. That's how they act. That's how she was acting, the way she was speaking about them last time. Like, oh, this one said this one said this, that they didn't want to sit on the beach in the wet. Oh, I told them to prepare, those idiots. Like, there's definitely contempt for whoever showed up for this. And I've said this with Rachel Hollis too. It's like anyone in self-help, honestly, anyone in self-help that does personal development, they all hate the people who show up to these events, because a lot of the people that show up are deeply traumatized people that need to be in therapy, but are afraid of the stigma or whatever. And they get on the microphone or they hug these people and they're just like pouring their hearts out. You know how uncomfortable that would be for someone who deems himself a millionaire professional person? I think that's the only time they confront actually what they're doing is probably wrong. And I feel like the only way to continue to do it is to think of them, like, again, not as humans, as like dumb children that they need to tell what to do and that they're too stupid to figure out that this is like a bad situation. So I hate to like blame the people on the trip, because I think they've been manipulated by a lot of different sources to be there, and now this is giving them worth in life for some reason. But I think they are disgusted by everyone that would want to be on a trip like this, if that makes sense. Cynthia Williams, thank you so much, Cynthia. Cynthia says, just found your channel and I'm hooked. Where have you been all my life? I've been in Florida. I've been in Florida in the swamp. Just trying to make it out, baby. Trying to make it out of the swamp one day. We'll see. Thank you, Cynthia. And for that, I say, I'm outside the Cheesecake Factory waiting for it to open. And if you're brand new, you won't know what the hell that means. But if you watch some of the old videos, you will find out soon enough. Thank you.
There are only two things what you should give your kids. No, I'm a person who has no kids, should get some parenting advice. There are 2 things you should give. and no, but that's very beautiful. I think who said that? He said 2 things you should give kids: wings and roots. Right?
Yes, wings and roots. Yes,
So,
I hear you.
And the most important part is you have to give people a safe environment where they can experience their the boundaries. And that is the thing we already did. And so we created a situation where they did not know how long this hike will be.
Yep.
And I think that is a perfect example to life. A perfect example.
I think what they should have done is, if they wanted to test them on that theory, they should have provided water for them, which they admitted they did not do. They should have provided, some way to hold their stuff if they brought backpacks and things that were heavy, like some sort of carriage or something. They should have given people the option whether they wanted to do a high, velocity activity or not, and give other people the option to do something else. And if you wanted to challenge yourself, then great. If you didn't, great for you too. It's a choice in life. Give people a choice. I don't know. It's weird.
And we were on a business retreat, my friends. We were on the business retreat. That means we were there to help people to grow. No, don't block them. I'm on Instagram. Come and hate me, please.
Oh yeah, so we wake up, he's mad. He's like, what do you mean there's like 2,000 hate comments? Why can't I get some hate comments? I want some hate comments.
Yeah.
Because I have sales team for things that I do.
We organized the trip.
Yeah, it's true. I was just the one making sure people were freaking safe. I'm kidding. They made sure too. But Mateo had to handle all that, actually. It's true. I won't block him. Whatever. We'll let him stay.
Yeah. So think of it. The setting was people come for a champ retreat, a business retreat, to grow in their business. So, of course.
How is that going to help you grow in your business other than like being manipulated? And I don't connect the dots for me, man.
Most of the people who are lazy said, I want to eat good and just lay on the beach. But I guarantee in that surrounding, you will not grow. So we
grow to do what? To sell more shit online? Like, how does that relate? I don't understand walking on the side of the road in Colombia, how that is going to make me a better MLM distributor. That's what we're talking about here. We're not talking, they are not experts in, I don't know, personal growth, whatever that means, which I think is a bullshit, term anyways. What are we talking about here, people? Like, we've gotten so conflated in our egos that we're gonna help people in the world by forcing them to do physical activity. I don't know, something's wrong with us all.
To do something where people have the chance to grow, to find out where the limits are, and go from there to the next step.
This is a really accurate comment. It's mind-blowing that people who weren't there have everything negative to say, but every single person that was there wants to do it again tomorrow.
That's a cult. That's like going to rescue people who are being, I don't know which cult you can think of, but of any of them. And the people who are in it at the time are so deeply entrenched in all this shit, they don't see it. But later they're like, oh yeah, I get it now. I was definitely, when they go and talk back about it, they're like, yeah, that was a bad situation that I didn't realize how deeply I had been in this.
That's like the comment of the year right there. It's exactly that. None of you guys were there and you have so many opinions on it. It's just I want you to pay attention to how people can market and literally brainwash you that fast. You can take our storytelling of this amazing hike of, how we set them up for all this stuff. It got really hot. We took them to this bird place. Birds were everywhere. They had to prepare their food. They do all this. What? These are 2 of the participants. You're listening to actual participants of it, right? Go look at the people that are commenting that are like, I'm a survivor. You guys are making fun of the people that say they're survivors. Why is this even something? Why do you literally watch these people who were never successful in something, then try to tear apart people that are successful what they do? That's what life is. It's I can list the 500 things they don't like about themselves more than anything else.
Do you know what I feel sad is?
Tell me what I don't like about myself. I can tell you 10 times more things. Again, she seems pressed. She seems angry. This doesn't seem like the calm, cool, collected person who stands by their decisions and really thinks that this was a great experience for everybody. That's my take. It seems like you're very afraid that something's going to happen badly from this. Thank you to Mai. Mai says, looking forward to their MLM being shut down. Hell yeah, me too, baby. Ketones can be thrown out in the trash-owns for me. Yeah, it seems like one of those fake ones that I don't even hear about very often. But the biggest ones I hear about, Monate and Arbonne. So this one's not even worth dealing with. And Tuli Unruly, hello, thank you. Tuli Unruly says, greetings from Queensland, the swamp of Oz. Yay, I caught a live. These gaslighting Muppets are monsters. Keep up the awesome work here. I love the insult of Muppets. I heard that for the first time from someone in England, and I was like, wow, what a great insult. Muppets, here's a little Muppet. Maybe I'm saying that and it's like highly offensive. I don't mean it that way. I think of like Grover and Elmo as Muppets. I'm like, that's funny. That's like actually a nice insult, but it's funny. And for that I say, okay, cult, and my boyfriend, my boo thing for you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
That you listen to someone and you are so engaged that you go to the other person and start hating this person. I said,
but you guys don't even know, like literally the thousands of you who went to my page and you don't even know me and you start hating me because I changed 15 people's lives. Like, what is wrong with you? You literally weren't there. And what do you mean trauma bonding? It was not traumatic.
Not at all. No,
you literally couldn't even be regular friends with us, period. Because our daily life is more active often, literally often more active than that day. Lynn Adcox, here's a survivor. You changed my life. Over here, they're pretty sure that you.
Also, like, why are we changing lives? What is the point of that as well? Like, oh, so it wasn't a big deal at first. The challenge was very low. There were no hiking, nothing. It was just straight road. Okay. And they just had a fun time. Okay. But they changed lives. So where does that come in? Why? Because she took them on a walk? So I'm so confused. And none of this makes sense.
That we tried to kill you, but over here, you and the actual experience, your life has changed for the better. It's incredible. You should want coaches that push you. You should want coaches that want you to become a better version of yourself. 100%. You should want people who go, stop, you can push through my lungs hurt, it's hot out, I'm thirsty. Like, you can push through all that stuff. It's just that you are talking to yourself negatively and you're listening to all this outside noise instead of talking to yourself like, I can do this, I can push myself. We had people who couldn't do a 10-second plank on the first day that we made them. By the end of the 4th, 5th day, whatever it was, we're doing 3-minute planks. And now they're gone doing 3-minute planks every single day from home. Like, a medical professional, who fucking cares? What are you talking about? Do I need to be a medical professional? We sat down with her. We said, hey, you're diabetic? Okay, great. Can you test your blood sugar? We talked to her. We said, do you have your insulin? She goes, yeah.
Yeah, this is that's a perfect place to stop. I think she's going off the deep end. He's about to like Homer Simpson into the bushes right now because he's like, okay, good point. Like, who cares if I'm a medical professional? I asked her if she could spell the word diabetes, and she could, so she's fine. And she survived. It's no big deal. It's like, ooh, it's not a good defense. I think you should have thought about this before you jumped on the live stream. You should have thought like, hey, my defense is, we took precautions. The way I told the story was dramatic for effect, and I overblew the story. And actually we had a bunch of stuff prepared, and I just didn't want to share that because I wanted to, hype the team up to make it seem like they survived something. But in reality, we had, a whole team of people that were watching out, and the diabetic person, that was a fake story. Now that would be a lie. I think what she told the first time was true, but if she's really putting herself in a corner if there is any litigation that comes from this, like by screaming and saying, I asked her if she had insulin while we were already out there and someone was already being escorted away on a bicycle.
You guys don't know these things and you're acting like we killed somebody. Like, it's really crazy. And then you sent your psycho cronies on us, literally psychopaths. It's like, what are you doing? Lynn is at 4-minute and 30-second planks already. Yeah. Girl, are you still singing Amazing Grace when you do it? Because I heard you in the gym that last day.
And the interesting part is I worked in the ER, so that's very interesting so that they see.
How did you refrigerate insulin on a hike? Have you never heard of ice?
Crazy.
Dry ice, yeah.
Don't need dry ice.
Okay, so did they have ice or not? That's a new It's a new edition. The one guy's saying dry ice. So did you have dry ice on the hike or not? Because now she's like, we didn't need dry ice. Well, did you have any ice? I think no, probably not.
I have injectables literally every day. What are you talking about?
From what?
This is crazy. It's crazy. This isn't about disagreeing. You guys have called me a drug addict the last 2 days. You've called me manic. You've called me a sociopath, a narcissist. I tried to kill people, and you're mad at me for coming on here and talking about the people who are having their lives changed. Get a freaking grip. Like, you guys are very unhealthy, extremely unhealthy. And the behavior and the people that you follow, lip filler. I don't have lip filler. I don't have cheek filler. I don't have.
Girl, come on. You just said you have injectables. Where do you have injectables? In your ass? I'm sorry. That's too far. That's mean. You're going to tell you don't have lip filler? What is it? Tell me your secret. I want to know.
Anything going on. Incredible. Amazing. Nobody said I tried to kill people on this live. People said we were trying to kill people. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we tried, but everyone was harder to kill. So that was the problem.
And by the way, I'm using the word literally over and over again because that's literally what you guys kept doing. They literally took her on a 15-hour hike. Literally tried to kill people. Literally. She's literally on drugs. She's literally using cocaine. Really? Would you like to drug test me?
No.
So the interesting part is, if you're on this live, just here to hate, I think, why don't you spend the time with the people you love instead of spread some hate, because it doesn't make your life better. Just saying.
This is such an interesting concept because I think about this too. And I at first thought people are trying to help. You know, I really do think there is a select people who want to help moving forward. Like, they think, and I thought this way for a long time, that if people just knew their faults, if you could just tell people what they're doing wrong, in your opinion, then they may think about it over time and stop doing it. Now, do I think that's possible in life? Yeah, I think so still. But in a YouTube comment on a stream, and a comment in anything, no, I don't think. As someone who receives comments sometimes, and some of them I listen to and I go, you know what? They're right. In that case, you're right. And I'm going to think about it again. But the majority of them, you don't know the context. You don't have that person in front of you that you can judge, like, should I take advice from this person or not? So most of them go out your ear. So I do agree that it's like, well, I think making videos, making content about this type of stuff is totally okay and not a problem as long as you keep it within a line. I don't know if I'm totally supportive of like going on a stream and trying to like troll. But I can also see it's a free place. It's like you're using the platform to, sell your shit. You're opening it up to people who aren't going to be on board with that. So at the same time, it's like, get over it, don't address it, move on and keep going. Like, that's kind of where we're at. Like, I don't know how much you can really complain, but it is something I do think about. I'm like, well, is it beneficial? Probably not overall, but I don't think that you should take away their right to do it.
My life will not change if someone hating on me.
No, it will change for better.
No, I don't care.
I
don't fucking care.
Yeah, come on. Like that's incredible sales.
Yeah, of course. But we have an amazing steak afterwards.
Views.
We go training afterwards, so it doesn't change anything. And you could do. Oh, while you're hating, please do some planks or some push-ups. No, I'm super aware that the people who had the chance to do that experience, they are super grateful for that. And I bet 100% that everyone who would been there would be thankful, because we did so many other exercises. We prepared them mentally for that they will go through that pain. And the funny part is most of them said, oh, I would love to have a little bit more pain.
Yeah, Noelle was like, I wasn't in any physical pain except for when we did planks.
Yeah,
I'm like, damn.
So that's interesting. So
I just think they're flawed in their mindsets about what they're actually doing with people. Like, you think you're helping, but you're just two randos on the internet that have a little money and are trying to get people to have FOMO about your lifestyle. Like, you don't actually, like, just go and take the pictures in Colombia and make it that. Like, doing these psychotic retreat walks where we're lying to people. It's just you're out of your lane, and stop doing that. Like, you're gonna be the dude who had people in James Arthur Ray, like I talked about in the last stream, who had people in a sweat lodge where he had no business doing that, and people died. You need to check yourself. That's what everyone's saying here. That's the message to these people. Check yourself. Like, take a look at what you're actually doing and get a grip, as they said. Allison Wonderland 66, thank you. Allison says, Ozempic, that's how she lost weight, and injectable too. It's a big problem right now. Google it. I won't bore you. Yeah, I keep hearing about this Ozempic thing. It's like, it wasn't it ironically like a diabetes medication that helps you lose weight or something, and now like all the celebrities want it, and now like that's why the Cole Kardashians are skinny again. Is that the same thing? I keep seeing it. Obviously no one's offered any to me yet, so when I show up with my cheeks, then you'll know that I'm on the train too. Just kidding.
So people are craving. I think nowadays people craving for places where they feel safe and still can grow in their personality. Because in these times, if you have a lack of emotional intelligence, you will suffer a lot. So I think you should barely search more of these people who give other people the chance to experience that kind, because that helps you to grow in your personality and your business. Peace.
Yes, I love you.
You know what? Another important social proof.
And now go by ketones. Yes.
No, by ketones.
Yeah. Sure.
Another important social proof was the people that didn't come, that were qualified to come, but didn't come because of different reasons. Okay. They were actually had a conversation a few days ago with somebody that she regretted so much not being there, because she saw when she spoke to the people that got back from the trip, that they were completely changed. Like, their mindset was completely different. But not just their mindset. Like we talk about mindset, but something like they started doing completely different action on everything.
I mean, that's what they're saying about trauma bonding. Like, that's what it is. You go through a traumatic experience with other people, and then it makes you feel temporarily like you've just connected on a deeper level. But long term, it's very, very rare from an experience that what this sounds like, that it has long-term effects. Something like going on The Biggest Loser. I mean, there's a lot of other factors with that. But for example, like being yelled at and screamed at and forced to work out and being shamed about the way you've treated yourself. And yeah, temporarily, that does make you feel like motivated, like the shame of being there and getting into this conversation or this situation. And then down the line, it's like you have to live life again with a balance, and it's very hard, and it pushes people to the other side where it's like your life has to be extreme for you to get anywhere anymore. Like, oh, I was motivated when I was walking on the side of the road in Colombia. Now I'm at home and I'm not motivated anymore. Let me go do something crazy so I feel better again. And it's like, that's not a cycle that anyone wants to be in long term.
Basis, because they realized how important and how connected is your body to your success, because it is like that. Like we talk about energy when it comes to whatever you do on an everyday basis. Like, you cannot express yourself the best way if you have not a performing body. Like, it is how it is. And it's crazy the fact that somebody said that the body is not a reflection of your health. The fuck it is, bro.
By the way, we put too much energy on the haters. If you are willing and searching for this kind of experience, just mail JL.
Link in the bio. Click on promoters. Send me a text.
Link her and said, hey, I want to be part of this when the next time you do such kind of events, because I think more people need to have this kind of events. So write her that you want to be part of this next trip where you can participate. So we go a little bit more.
I think they should have just stuck with that in the beginning. Like, look, it's not for everybody. Our people are happy. And, I exaggerated and left it at that. They're looking like clowns and inexperienced by getting this deeply into the hater conversation, honestly. It just shows they don't know how to handle a crisis. The Clown Town, thank you. The Clown Town says, the diabetic claims she doesn't consider herself diabetic anymore. Because of JLW, the diabetic did die on the trip. What the fuck? Where is that? Please tell me where that lives. I need to see that immediately. That's sad. Come on. Oh my God. The thing is, okay, once again, I'll tell my story. I've been on these, like, I used to work in a video production sense on some of these larger conferences that are all geared towards motivation and self-development, but really like to sell you on courses and on coaching. And people, they will claim the craziest stuff. Like I was there for all 3 days. I saw everything that happened. I was shooting video of it. I was taking testimonials. I was in it all day. And at the end of the 3 days, people were like, this has been life-changing. I can't believe I feel so good and I feel so this and that. It's like, like all they did was listen to people talk about themselves on stage. It's insane. Like they went in already deciding that this event was going to be life-changing because they spent $5,000 to be there. So I think a lot of times people who get excited about this stuff, they just want to fit in. They see other people enjoying it. They're like, I want to be that way too and get the adoration of the leader so that because I admire them. I just think it's a lot of bullshitting, you know, like they went on a 15-hour walkabout, whatever, and it was not that great and it was being forced. Like what changed? They did a plank. Like it's just so dramatic. But thank you, the Clown Town. For that I say, I want to be relatable.
More on the people who have the mindset, who see and want to grow instead of the hater shit, because hater will hate you.
I know. I like this comment.
Write her.
Megan says, if it was torture, then why are we all fighting to earn the next trip? Exactly. It
By
was
the way,
it was a private event.
Sasha, if you want ketos, I can arrange you a good deal.
Yes.
Someone on Reddit also said you told Courtney's husband had a traumatic childhood. I don't understand what that has to do with anything. I don't know. Joshua. Oh, if you want me to start talking about Joshua's mother, yeah, we're not gonna go there right now because that's not my place to speak. But I will tell you, I've blocked that lady 500 times, and I will tell you because Courtney speaks openly about this. Joshua's father-in-law is a pedophile and was grooming my goddaughter, and so that is the 100% truth, real reason why those parents, those in-laws, are kicked out of the life. It has nothing else to do about anything else. So if you're wondering why Courtney and Joshua made the decision to take that woman out of their life and that man out of their children's life, it's because the father-in-law is a pedophile. That's why. Okay? Okay. And if you think...
Here's a leadership tip for everybody. Don't do this in a professional setting.
That we're going to stand by and let a pedophile be around the godchildren... I think you've lost your absolute mind.
Who are you talking about? No. What are you saying? All right,
so that's the truth. You can go look at Courtney's stuff. She talks about it very openly.
Who's Courtney? I don't know who any of these people are. What?
You're going to the gym? Okay, I love you. All right. And yeah.
Her boyfriend's like not trying to be on camera and he's out. He's like, this is not going well. Our condo is about to be foreclosed on.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. I'll fight for my freaking goddaughter. Are you kidding me? Like, woo. Okay. All right. So, what's next? Let's go, baby.
Heidi also twice? No.
And Lynn is right. We're connected to each other because of our growth together.
That's what every person in a cult says. Okay, sorry. I'm going to pull up the other stuff while we finish this out. So
absolutely.
Let me get on my thing.
You're the support that they've needed through all that. I'm grateful to be there for them through that. So, I'll be spicy about that. If you thought that I let Courtney and Joshua come to that decision on their own, but I'm telling you, I was ready to throw some freaking bones, okay? I was like, I had no opinion on the freaking Cindy and John psychotic shepherd thing. Like, I didn't speak it out loud, the opinion, but now that it's out, pedophiles. Okay, so what's next, baby?
Well,
what?
Again, just checking. There is another label for Heidi. So
I think I might have printed it twice, yeah.
Okay. I'm over it, right? Are we over this? Do we want to keep watching?
Thanks, baby.
This is sort of like getting to the point of like, ooh, cringy to the like past cringy.
All right, you can ask any questions you want. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
All right. Next one is.
Also, can hold on. DC, can you tell me which one would be best in your opinion for me to pull up first? I'm looking at the Google Drive. Let me know.
Julie.
Thank you for following on TikTok, by the way. I appreciate you. And you can ask any questions. You can ask business questions, ketone questions, hiking questions, whatever you want. So
hiking questions.
So contact your Tasha. You can contact your like whoever your CPA is for that. How many phones do I have? A lot. So I'm the #1 network marketer in the world. I'm also a business coach. So my business coaching has really exploded lately. It's been my real big passion project. You can check out the link in the bio. Enrollment is open for that. Megan George says, hi, Avi.
Hi.
All right. What's next, my love?
And it's Julie D. So it's a Joli.
Are we doing hikes at Empire?
Thank you, JLB Nerdy. Again, thank you. They say, here's another $2 because this video is too long. Yeah, this is a long ass live stream. And they've packed like one box. And now they've just started screaming about other drama that I'm unaware of. Okay, DC says, Clown Town, which one do you think? Yeah, Clown Town. Which link should we watch? We'll keep watching until... Should we skip ahead? Does it get better? I don't know.
I don't think we're going to do hikes at Empire University. Maybe my front line. But it would be nothing crazy. We're actually taking a Jessie Lee and boys trip. Avi might be coming. 5 packs of gummy bear, my favorite. On
Jessie Lee and boys trip.
Because we're going to need some nature after that. I know what happens after I do events. I really have to introvert really, really hard. What, baby? Oh, free gift. And also, if you want a coupon with the link in the bio, gummy bears back and stop. Reasons.
Oh, yeah.
What's my content about? So in general, I am a business coach. Today we're talking about a 15-hour hike. And these are pure therapeutic ketones. We are selling them.
Okay, didn't she just like bitch for like an hour about everyone's calling it a 15-hour hike? It's not a 15-hour hike. And now she's like, oh, we're talking about a 15-hour hike today. It's like, okay, where are we getting all this from? Where were you getting these keywords? It's from your mouth. Okay, let's see. Christy Hoffer folder. Okay, we can come back to this. We're going to stay in the same universe. We're going to go to the Christy. Oh, wait, oops. We're going to go to the Christy Hoffer folder. Love it. Okay, I see stories, posts. Let's go to stories. Oh, there's so many. Oh, my goodness. Okay. These are like on the trip, I guess. This might be a little difficult. Oh, wait. Okay. I saw this one. This is them afterwards, like sort of defending themselves or her defending. It's not a good screen grab. I mean, it's good because it's funny, but it's not perfect. Okay. So this is them like defending the trip. Oh, wait. Okay, just kidding. That's something else. Let's see.
The fire doors have locked until they further investigate what's going on our hallway. I sure do hope we don't have to. I sure do hope we don't have to leave.
Okay, let's see.
This is what we woke up to.
Okay. Let's see. These are videos, I think. They're in Bahamas. This is the Bahamas woman. Okay, I'm sorry. This is a little hard to do while you're live to go through so many videos and so many folders. I'm sorry, everybody. Let's see. Unless we go to posts. Blind. Okay, day from hell, it says. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Now we're into it. I'm in the right spot, I think. Okay. This is from Sassy Keto Queen. Okay. All right. So this one says, day 2 was an adventure for sure. Was not sure I was going to make it at times. Okay. That's a bad idea. That's a bad thing to say. But mind of matter and lots of self-talk. We got up, done yoga and ate breakfast, then got in a bus and off we went. If the traffic didn't scare me enough, we drove almost an hour. Then they just dropped us off in the middle of nowhere on the side of the road. 89 degrees and traffic speeding crazy right behind us. We walked 7 miles to a bird sanctuary and had lunch. Continued walking till we got to the beach where we rock climbed. Walked the beach another 3 miles where we stopped and had dinner on a leaf. Watched the most amazing sunset. Adventure was not over there. We got in these little tiny boat in the dark and rowed out to the middle of the ocean. There was plankton everywhere, ... Okay, I didn't know what it was either, but it's living creature that light up the water. Everyone was jumping in the water in the dark, and I thought, have not come this far to stop now. Water was so warm, and it was the best experience ever. Hard to explain. Got back to beach and shared experience of the day. But wait, not over yet. We slept on the beach, woke up on the beach. Well, didn't sleep much. Oh God, this is sad. Took a boat across ocean back to land and walked barefoot in the streets of Colombia home. Emotional roller coaster of a day, both physically and emotionally. I have learned to trust, not to be afraid, and just do it. Taste it. You might like it. Be kind, be proud, and push myself beyond measures because I can do it. Oh boy. Okay. There they are in the ocean. That's a good photo. Okay. That's good. Oh, he looks miserable. I don't know. Like, I guess if that's how you want to take it, and that's your experience of it, great. I guess it's better than feeling traumatized. I just don't feel like if you were to sit down with a licensed professional and actually like explain to them, hey, okay, how it was actually good for you, that you could do that. Okay, we have another one. Thank you, DC. DC says, Facebook post folder, Chrissy Columbia Live. Okay, Facebook posts. I'll do that one after one. Thank you. This one looks good too. Okay. Day 2 in Colombia on team retreat was amazing. Started off at 7 a.m. at the gym, working out with a perfect view, then breakfast. Next adventure started on us boarding a very large speedboat, went and seen some historic places, snorkeled for the first time, enjoyed lunch and massage at beach. Trust activity, barefooted in the city streets with blindfolds. Trust activity, okay. Delicious dinner and recap of the day. Day complete. Yeah, so I guess from what I heard, they had to be blindfolded and walk around the streets of Cartagena, which is sort of, again, how does this relate to running a business online? Okay, all right, now we're getting into the live. Here we go. Okay, this is long too, but we'll see how it goes. This is all raw and real, guys. This is live TV.
Hello, everybody. It is Christy from Ohio. You can also call me #SassyKetoQueen. When you hop on, make sure you say hi, hello. Let me know where you're coming in from. And if you want to catch me as soon as I go live, make sure you're tapping my nose. 3 buttons in the top and you'll get notified as soon as I go live. Now, don't forget to say hello because I cannot always see when you hop on. And I want to make sure that I say hello to you.
So please give me engagement so that this video gets in more feeds and we can sneak around. I don't know, get more recruits.
Not forget to smash that share button. Share this to your wall. Low cost.
Okay.
I am going to tell you what happened on my trip to Colombia. I just got back Friday night, and I came back to Ohio. I left 89-degree weather there in Colombia, and I came back, and we now have 5 inches of snow on the ground. And there's more coming tomorrow night into Wednesday, probably another 5 to 7 inches. So I'm ready to go to the Bahamas in a week and a half because I do not want to be here in this snow. I do not like snow. When it snows, that means that I work lots of overtime hours. Hello, Priscilla. Hello, April. Stephanie. Hello. Oops. So do not forget to say hello to me.
Oh my God, I don't want to say hello to you.
Colombia.
Sorry, I got angry. I can't smash the like button anymore. Please continue.
I want to see if any of my friends that I met while in Colombia are on here. So we shall see how many people hop on and where they are from. Hello, Phyllis. Hello, Sandra. Hello, Stephanie. Hello, Pat. Do not forget to smash that share button so that you can get entered into my drawing that I do every single month. By just smashing the share button and letting me know you
Oh my God, I'm not going to smash the share button, Christy.
shared in the comments, and then tagging a friend, you can get a second entry into my drawing. Hello, Adri. Hello, Jennifer and Marcia. Thank you for hopping on. So I'm going to tell you exactly what happened when I went to Colombia.
Please.
Now, this was not a vacation. This was a retreat. And it was definitely not a vacation.
Retreat in the sense of in war when you're running away from the enemy because they want to destroy you.
The first day we got there, we had long travel day. We did kind of like a team building exercise where we walked the streets. This is what they told us. Okay, take your shoes off and we're going to take our blindfolds with us, okay? So we knew something was happening with these blindfolds that we had brought. Hello.
They had to bring their own blindfolds? Oh my God, bring your own handcuffs. Bring your own cinder block so they can drown you in the ocean. Oh, yeah. Beauty School Dropout, thank you. Beauty School Dropout says, is that a fart shirt? It says, every girl needs a little rip.
Hello, Son.
In their life? Maybe. God damn it. Okay, all the sound bites, if you weren't here in the beginning, all the sound bites are on my cloud and I can't download them apparently. So I'll have to switch them over later for the next stream. But that would be a great sound bite for the Dave Hollis. Oh, I love that sound. So I'm upset that it's not there, but I guess this is a fart shirt. Every girl needs a little rip in their life. I don't get it. It's so weird. And it's backwards, of course. Thank you, Beauty School Dropout.
Andra, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing, Dana. And Sandy, thank you for hopping on. So we had these blindfolds that we had brought with us.
It's a rip-roaring fart. The whip should have been like a fart from the back. That would have been the complete design, I think.
We start walking the streets of Colombia with no shoes on, and we're just walking and talking and laughing and looking at all the beautiful, it is absolutely gorgeous there. It is very high poverty, but it is gorgeous. The buildings are painted amazing. There are flowers hanging everywhere. It is absolutely amazing. If you've not checked out my
I guess, okay, I see it in the comments. This is going to be the lady who's like, oh, the little Colombians. So buckle up, everybody. Okay. It was a little bit of poverty in Cartagena. Okay, but it was pretty. All right, that's good. That's a good detail to show. Kendall Sue. Okay, wait, I got to pull up your comment. Hold on. I know you're already a member, so give me 1 second. Okay, we'll play this.
Facebook wall. There are lots of pictures on there. I will be posting more pictures on there as well. Go check those out because it was an amazing place. But the streets were dirty. It kind of stunk. So we're just walking, talking, and...
Oh, wait, I see your comment. Rip is a character in Yellowstone. Okay, that makes much more sense. I obviously don't watch Yellowstone. I guess the shirt's yellow. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. I thought it was one of those shirts like, I went to Cartagena and all I got was this fart shirt or something. Oh, like one of those, by the beach tourist shops. Okay, that makes much more sense. I understand now everything. Okay, I have my basic sound effects. There you go. That was fun. Thank you for solving that issue for us.
Having a great time. And all suddenly we go up a few streets, we turn a couple times, we go up some more streets, and then we stop. And our guide, our leader says, pick a partner. So we have a partner. My partner is George, and George does not speak a lick of English. None. He does not know very many words. He doesn't understand it. I don't speak Spanish, so the communication was not good. But it was okay because we didn't need to communicate. We weren't allowed to communicate. So, but we were allowed to communicate for 2 minutes because when we got there, he's like, we're going to find our way back home. I was like, I don't remember how to get home. I wasn't even paying attention. I was talking. And
again, is this survival school? Like, is this army training? How does this relate to anything? It's like, oh, the lesson is sometimes in life you won't know where to go. It's like, okay, but like, can we learn how to set up a sales funnel or something? Why am I in Colombia to do this? And again, this is the type of stuff where people get something out of it, or that's like, God, I feel like such a bitch because I'm like, I hate to say, like, that's the type of person that doesn't expect real business. Like they think they're a CEO of a company. In reality, they're losing money selling ketones on Facebook Live. And it's like, I know they've been manipulated into it and it's sad and it sucks. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. It's like, stop doing that. Like, stop letting yourself get manipulated and embarrassed online and like getting into these crazy situations. Like, where are the people in their life that are like able to say, hey, don't do this. Like, this is not good. Where's the government? Where are people stopping these schemes?
so is everybody else. So everybody else is like, how do we get home? How do we get home? They said, okay, don't talk amongst yourself. You can talk to your partner and see if your partner can remember how to get back. So I had to have a translator to ask my partner, how do we get back? So he was very intuitive and he remembered how to get us back. But he was going to have a blindfold on, remember? Because he was the first one up. He was to be blindfolded and I was going to lead him. I was like, oh crap, we could be in trouble because even though you tell me how to get back, I don't always have the best memory. So when I was having my translator say to George, how do we get back, George? George tells me how to get back. 2 streets, left, 1 street, right, up a street, left. Okay, if that's how it was. Something like that, of that sort. So I said to my translator, tell George that he needs to pay attention.
His name,
and I'm going to...
His name is probably Jorge. Probably.
Tap him on the hand when we went up a street. And I'm going to ask him which way we're going to go. So that's exactly what we did. So I would tap him on the hand when we would come to an intersection. And then I would tap him on the hand when we would come to another intersection. And I'm like, I can't remember left or right, George. And he would tell me right. And so we communicated without communicating. And he had a blindfold on. And I had to keep him from running into things, hurting himself, falling off the sidewalk, getting run over by cars, bicycles, motorcycles, and horse and buggies. So I had a big job. So not only was I trying to remember, but I had to protect him as well.
Good.
And not let him hurt himself. So we're going along. These 2 in front of us go straight. And I was like, I asked George, I was like, right or left or straight? And he's like, left. So I was like, yes, they're going the wrong direction, so we're going to beat them back. So it was kind of like a race, but it wasn't a race. But we got back safely, and George did a fabulous job. We did great non-communicating because we couldn't communicate anyways. But it was a great experience on leadership and how I lead and how I follow, because then it was my turn. We went a different direction, but we were all a little wise.
Lady, this is like daycare for entrepreneurs. This is not how it really is.
To the game this time. Even though I was going to be blindfolded, I still was kind of trying to prepare my mind how we were going to be coming back home. So I was a little more cognitive of what was going on. The second time around, we were not talking, we were not laughing, we were just paying attention to the route that we took. I did end up, like I was walking and I was like trying to, because I would feel like people close. So I would get, your senses are all like jumbled up. So your senses, like you felt like people were like right here, but the sidewalks were like 1-person sidewalks. And then you would have to go down off the sidewalk if there was a homeless person laying there, if there was somebody standing there, if there was people kind of gathered in a doorway, you would have to go
Oh, what an inconvenience.
down off the sidewalk. So you'd have to kind of guide the person down off the sidewalk carefully. You could walk in the street for a while, and then a car or a bike or a motorcycle.
I feel bad again because she's explaining this as if anyone gives a fuck in the whole world other than who. It's like telling someone your dream. Like, no one cares. We don't care if it's left, right, or straight. This is not engaging content. Boss Lee better retrain this woman as to what you should share in a live stream because nobody cares. Secondly, this is not going to help you in leadership. I'm sorry. This just isn't.
Something would come towards us. He would have to get me back onto the sidewalk and we could walk a little bit more. Well, I stepped in something. I don't even want to know what it was. And I was like, ooh, yuck. So our feet were disgusting when we got back. We definitely did a major wash.
She could have gotten tetanus from like stepping on a nail or something. Why are they barefoot? What is the point of that? Blindfold wasn't enough? Were they gonna look through their toes where to go?
Of the feet when we got back. But I was walking along and I felt something. And I was like, oh shit, what was that? And I thought, oh, I think that was a person. George says it was not a person, but they wouldn't tell me what it was. And then I'm continuing to walk along. We're getting closer to the house, and all of a sudden I feel something on my hand again. And it was like this kind of like brushy stuff. And George told me that, the translator told me that it was a tree that was hanging down in our walkway. So it was kind of weird to feel things and hear things and just feel things around you because your senses were very heightened. The smells were even more heightened, as I noticed as I was walking with the blindfold, than they were when I was just walking in general. The streets are just...
That's a lesson in leadership. Okay.
nasty. So that happened on the evening that we got there. And then the second day, we got to have a really fun day. We we went to the gym every single day. I am not a gym person. I was not a gym person. I just walk occasionally 30 minutes a day. I was not into fitness or any of that. So going to the gym was a little out of my comfort zone in itself. So we go to the gym. We walk on the treadmill. I complain all the time. I'm like, every time we go to do something, I would complain like, oh God, what have I done? Why am I here?
Double down on that thought, Christy. Oh my God, what have I done? Why am I here? Think about that more. Let's dig deeper on that feeling.
This is not for me. I wasn't sure why I even said I would go because I'm thinking this is going to be harder than I think. And
trust your instincts. That's what I would say as a coach.
So then we went to the gym, we came back, we got our suits on, and we are going out for the day. We got on this enormous speedboat. I am not about speed. I'm not about danger. I'm not about 100 mile an hour going across an ocean. We went on this boat. It was a lot of fun. I was a little scared at times because we would be doing these big wave bounces, and I was getting seasick.
I bet Boss Lee would be like, if you complain about the bouncing ship, you are a loser.
One point. But we got out in this one part of the ocean and we went snorkeling, and it was amazing. I got to see all these cool fish out there. I did hurt my arm. I hit it on this rock really hard because they were like this far out of the water, and you would be swimming and then all suddenly you'd be like, dang on. And I had gotten big marks all over my arm, but I was fine. So then we got in.
Okay. This sounds horrible thus far. This sounds like the worst trip ever. Okay. Thank you, JH. JH says, the soundbite potential in these lives. Yes, I agree. And JH, this is your first super chat, apparently, on this account. So, celebration. I got a new alert that says that. So, woo! I don't have the sound bites today, but for you, I'll say, my spirit guides, my guardian angels, That one's for you. And I'll add all these new ones. So by Tuesday, when we have the next live, it'll be lit AF. Okay. We'll have so many sound bites, you won't even know what to do with yourself. And then JP says, woman loves the sound of her own voice. Yeah. She's like, one time I went left and I actually was supposed to go right. And then I took 2 U-turns and then I went down this street. It's like, lady, come on. This is not engaging. Sorry. And for you, JB, I say, unfollow me. How am I doing? Am I replaying the feeling of the sound bites well? Let me know.
In the boat, we went to an island. We had lunch.
Oh, this part was also when Boss Lee said I tricked them into thinking that this was going to be a normal trip before the next day of the 15-hour trek through hell. This part is all the trickery that she was putting into their minds to make them feel like they were going to have fun. But in reality, they were going to have hell to pay the next day.
We got to kind of spend some time on the beach, get some content made. We did have a really good lunch there. And then we came back by the boat and we had an amazing day. On Wednesday was the day from hell. I had...
Okay, let's tell Boss Lee, she's one of the 15 people that were there and she called it a day from hell, okay? Is she the diabetic? I guess we'll find out.
Prepared myself that we were going to be doing lots of walking, that it was going to be a mental challenge for me, but I never thought I would go through what I went through on Wednesday. Now we had no lines of communication. I could take videos and I can take pictures, but I had no Wi-Fi, and a lot of other people had no Wi-Fi. So it was like there was no communication. I didn't have time to even think about social media at this point. I was just in survival mode. I had never walked as much as I walked in one single day in my life. We walked for, what they did was they put us in a van. And we got in this van and we drove out of town, maybe a half an hour or so. And they stopped the van. They tell us to get out. Like, we're on the side of a highway. Like, cars are going like crazy. They don't drive very well there. They pass each other. There's motorcycles in and out of traffic. It is just literally crazy, this highway. They're passing us. There's 2 cars in one lane, another vehicle coming the other way right at them. I mean, it was just ridiculous, the traffic. And then they want us to get out right here. And it was 89.
Who should we put the blame on? The people who are forcing you to do this activity, or the entire country of Colombia trying to drive through their own roads? Let's think. Whose fault is this?
9 degrees. So we're all putting on our sunscreen. We are spraying ourselves down with bug spray. We have our backpacks on. They told us to pack something warm, something dry, 3 liters of water, snacks, plenty of snacks. What else did they tell us to bring? Sunscreen, bug spray, bathing suits. That's it. Because whatever we had.
Because it's like, okay, but they're sleeping on the beach. Why don't they have like tents for them at the very least? Why didn't they prepare them with something? Not even a sleeping bag? They're millionaires. I thought Boss Lee is a multi 6-figure, 7-figure earner or whatever. They can't buy like 15 tents or 7 tents and have people partner up or something? Like, why do they have to sleep on the sand in their underwear?
And that backpack we had to carry. So we start walking, we're doing good. And it's like this incline the entire way. So about 2 or 3 miles in, I'm exhausted. Like, I'm burning up. I never sweat. I'm not a sweater. I am like profusely sweating. I am not happy. I'm like, what have you done? This is not really what I thought I signed up for. I thought maybe we were going to hike in the jungle in the shade. I mean, I didn't think 89-degree weather on blacktop. But that's what we were doing. So I would have to...
It's like, okay, and then you said that this was not a good thing? I loved it. It's cured my diabetes. Okay.
Stop every now and then to kind of catch my breath because I am not a nose breather. I am a very shallow mouth breather, I have found out. And that is not good for exercise or long walks. So I was trying to learn how to breathe through my nose and out through my mouth. I was focusing on every step instead of what was ahead of me because I could see a hill and I would be like, oh shit, here we go again. Like each time I would we were getting closer, we weren't getting any closer.
This again feels like someone who's confessing like the craziest story like of abuse you've ever heard. And I'm not saying this is necessarily, but like think of a friend or something who's like telling you like their boyfriend just like did the craziest thing to them. And at the end of it, it's like, oh, so you broke up, right? And you're like, no, we're getting married. It's like, what? How is that the outcome of the story? It's like trauma and bonding and relationships and all, it's so complicated. It's we're making light of it in a sense, which is like not good, but it's like, it's hard to watch when you know that the outcome is like they're not going to see the light of like, so you understand that this was wrong, you don't deserve this. Oh no, I definitely do deserve this, and it actually made me better. It's like, oh God, okay.
So one girl just about had a heat stroke, so she had to stop and take some time. And so then we went ahead and we got to take a little bit of a break. This break is what helped me. I think that if I wouldn't have had this break, I might have been that person that was sitting alongside the road about to have a heat stroke because I was at that point where I was like, I don't know how much further I can go.
Did you know you can die from heat stroke? It's actually fairly more of a common illness for people to have when they're walking in the direct sun. I don't know where Boss Lee's stance on heat stroke is.
So we got to sit down, we got to have a snack, we got to drink water, we got to drink more ketones, we got to drink electrolytes, and we got to rest.
Thank God they were allowed to drink ketones. Okay, we all know that's the savior of everything.
I got to pee. So then I was feeling good. The breeze was blowing. We were in the shade. We got to do this little bit of a rest. They decided that the girl was not going to go back, but they flagged down a Colombian. Okay, listen to this. They flagged down a Colombian on a motorcycle. Just, hey, stop. Okay, this young kid pulls over. She gets on the back of this motorcycle with a Colombian that does not speak English.
Oh, no.
And they drive her and
Again, first of all, he's a human being. He's not just a Colombian, okay? But go on.
one of the guides to the destination, the first destination that we are going to. Oh my gosh.
And remember, Boss Lee said we had different flags with different backup plans. One of them being you could take a helicopter, you can be airlifted away from the situation, or you could take a motorcycle, and that's what we ended up doing. It's like they made it seem like they had a motorcycle waiting for them as like, you know, an ambulance is following them just in case something happens. But in her telling, it's like they literally flagged down a random, you know, potential murderer, not really, but like somebody that could have been anybody. It's not safe whatsoever. It's crazy.
Like, nope, not me. I'm going to continue to walk. So we ended up walking 10 miles, the first track. So that was 10 miles that we hiked to this bird sanctuary. And we got to the bird sanctuary. We got to eat lunch there. They told us we could go around and look at the birds. No, I don't know what the next track is going to hold. I'm going to sit right here and rest.
We had birds for lunch, and then I said, no, I'm going to sit here and not participate in this activity. Okay.
I cool myself down.
Good.
I'm going to eat some food. I'm going to drink some water, and I am going to rest. I am not walking around nowhere. I don't care to see birds. I don't like birds. I don't even like the bird that's in my house. So you think I want to look at birds? Heck no. So I sat and I rested.
This is the trip from hell. She doesn't like fast boats. She's on a fast boat. She doesn't like walking or exercise. They're forcing them to do 3-minute planks every day and eat healthy and walk and hike. And she's doesn't like birds, and they take her to a bird sanctuary. Girl, take a hint. This is God telling you, stop. This is the wrong MLM to be in. Go join LuLaRoe. They do like tea parties over there. Come on.
And then about an hour or two later, we're like the next trek of our venture. So next we are walking, and we're walking down a very dirt road. Same traffic, lots of traffic in and out, motorcycles everywhere. And we walk about 2 miles and we get to the beach. I'm like, yes, we might be done. No, we weren't done. We then were told that we are going to hike over these rocks into this cave, and then we were going to see this cave, and then we were going to hike back. Well, I don't do heights. I definitely don't do anything enclosed because I'm kind of claustrophobic. And I am not a rock climber. Do I look like a rock climber? No, I'm not a rock climber. So there was lots of...
This lady, you couldn't have picked a better experience. And again, I know at the end of this, I have not seen this video, but I just know at the end of this, she's going to be like, it was the best experience of my life. It's like, if you're looking for a sign, here's your sign. This is not good for you.
Jagged edges.
Aren't your people.
Big leaps that I had to make, drop downs, like my legs are not that steady, and I was still tired and I was still dizzy from the walk, the 10-mile hike, and the 3 miles that we had to get there to that beach. So I did it. I climbed up and over, but God was watching over me. We could not turn the corner and go down the rest of the rocks into the cave because it was high tide. So the water was up too high on this wall for us to get around it with our backpacks not getting wet. And we needed to save for dry clothes.
This reminds me of the story where it's like of God, and it's like, I prayed to God to save me while the rowboat came, and I said, no, God's going to protect me. And then a helicopter came, and I said, no, God's going to protect me. And then the Secret Service came to save me from the roof of this drowning thing or whatever, this, I don't know, flood. And I said, no, God's got me. And then I died. And I went to heaven. I said, what happened? I prayed to you to save me. He's like, I sent you 3 different things to save yourself. It's like everything this woman hates was a part of this trip. It's like, God's trying to warn you. Don't do this anymore. But sometimes the message isn't clear. JH, thank you. JH says, every traumatized person tells a funny story. Yeah, quote unquote funny story. And everyone is like, oh my God, I'm so sorry that happened. Yeah, I agree. That's like the awkwardness when, especially talking about childhood stuff, when it's from someone who like has told stories before about things that have happened. And I'm like, and people are like, oh my God, are you okay? What? That's horrible. I'm like, oh, it is? Oh, I thought it was just made me, funny. It gave me character. But then when you sit down with a therapist over time, you start to realize like, oh yeah, humor is a defense, or laughing about it is actually just a way that I can cope with this. So hopefully Christy one day sits down with someone and tells her this. But thank you, JH. I appreciate that. I agree with that.
So we just hiked back over. Thank you, Jesus. And we started hiking down the beach. No shoes on. I'm flat-footed. The sand hurts my feet. You sink in the sand, and it's very hard. And it's kind of like on this incline. So you're kind of walking sideways.
I hate sand.
I'm hurting. I'm tired. I'm very grumpy. And I am like falling very far behind. So at the rocks, before the rocks, on the dirt road, before the dirt road, the 10 miles, about halfway through the 10 miles, the little Colombian guy takes my backpack for me. Because
the little Colombian guy. Okay, so I guess this isn't the diabetic then, because she would have already had her diabetic issue way past this point. So that must be someone else, I guess.
the backpack could be slowing me down, he thinks, I guess. I don't know. It's heavy, but
He's trying to help
it's
you.
just a little bit less off of me, and he was trying to help me. So he kind of stuck with me the whole time. Through the rocks,
Colombian.
back over the rocks. Now it's just he and I. Spanish-speaking little Colombian guy. He was like,
Lady, get a fucking clue. Stop calling him this. Oh my God, you're so offensive. I hate people that are just like they don't have a clue. It's like somebody in this person's life, which is probably going to be on the internet, I don't think she means to be this way. I think it's just a lack of, it's ignorance, but it's like, do you know how you sound right now? Like, oh my God, I don't know. I hate to say it's like of the generation, but like, I feel like my grandma and my mom would say stuff like this, in the public. I'm like, please stop. This is not what you call people. Oh, he was a little Colombian. Oh, it's so embarrassing. It's like someone needs to warn you, like, hey, that's not really a nice way to refer to someone who's helping you and is a human being walking beside you. It's just because you're an American that's on in a pyramid scheme does not make you superior.
Like a little tiny guy. Spanish-speaking little Colombian guy. He was a little...
I will soundbite that just for the record.
He was like a little tiny guy. He's got my backpack. He's walking. I'm walking. And we're falling way behind. Like, I'm just, every step I take, I think, I don't know that I can continue to do this. They might have to just like, I don't know. I'm not going nowhere, but I don't know what they're going to do, but I'm not sure I'm going to make it.
Drown you in the water.
So as we continue, he's got my backpack. I would get a drink of water. I put it back in there. And I can't even barely see my group at this point down the beach. There's this little Mexican. We can't even talk.
Jesus
So
Christ.
I get really scared.
Jesus Christ. Ma'am, do you know that you're in Colombia? Say yes or no. Shake your head. Nod your head. This little Mexican. Oh, Lord. I don't even know what to say about that. I've met so many of these people. And they just think that they're doing nothing wrong. And it's just like, I don't know how to feel anymore about it. It's like, stop being this way. But they don't listen, so, okay. So
At one
offensive.
point, I'm thinking, I hope nothing happens, and they're way up there, and I'm way back here. So I eventually catch up to them. They're all sitting down, and we're getting ready to watch the sunset on the beach. And it was absolutely amazing, even though I was a little mad that I had fell so far behind and felt so scared. So we are watching the sunset, and we then are they're fixing us dinner on this little tiny grill.
My life was changed by the little Mexican. These people, okay, this is someone who is probably, now the trip was free because she made some sort of sales numbers or whatever. So maybe she paid for the product herself because I see a bunch of product behind her to rank up or whatever. So there is cost involved, I'm sure. And, the trip is free, but you had to qualify for it. So there is costs, associated with these things. But she qualified for the trip or whatever. It's like, oh God, what was I saying? I went on a whole tangent. I forgot. Okay, let me think about it. I'll keep going.
We eat steak and potatoes on these big old leaves. It was amazing. And about this time, and now it's like midnight. Like it takes them all this time to get us food fixed and for us to eat. And it's midnight, and here come these two little tiny boats. And I was like, oh, that can't be good. This is not looking good for me. I was
going to say, these people are like the success story. These people, she probably at some point has purchased coaching from a mentor and whatever in business. I'm so sorry. I have like a runner's cough. And so she's gotten this like expert $1 million coaching from these, whatever professionals. And this is what she thinks is appropriate to talk about and a way to speak to people on a live stream where she's promoting her business with the company's product behind her. This is business like 101. Like, be professional and don't speak this way. Like, this is, I don't know. I know things have changed since the days of boardrooms and, in-person customer interaction, but if you're spending thousands and thousands of dollars, most likely on business coaching, you're getting ripped off. They should have taught you better than this.
don't like water that I can't see down, and I definitely don't want to be on the ocean in the dark. I have lots of fears. So they say you can either put your bathing suits on and get in the water, or you don't have to. It's okay. It's up to you. I'm not going in the water, so I'm not changing my clothes. So we get in these boats, and they take us out to the ocean, and we go kind of way out there, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So all suddenly we're out in the middle of the ocean, and everyone starts to like scream, and I was like, what is going on? It was plankton. If you've ever heard of plankton, I had no idea it was, because they all started screaming plankton, and I was like, what's plankton? So it's like these little tiny sea creatures that when you move your arms or your legs or the boat, it lights up, kind of like lightning bugs underneath the water is what it reminded me of. It was absolutely amazing. If you've ever heard of plankton, drop me some hearts. If you've ever seen some plankton, say me, because I was like, this is absolutely amazing. This is well
I gotta soundbite that too. Have you ever heard some plankton? Drop me a heart. It's a phrase that never needed to be said.
worth the fear to come out here. So everybody starts jumping in the water, and I'm like, oh, hell no, I ain't jumping in that water. It's dark. I don't know what is down there.
Okay, just for the record, I'm curious about this because plankton is something that, like, whales eat, and I don't think they're glowing all the time. So just so you know, bioluminescent dinoflagellates are a type of plankton. That's the type that lights up. It's dinoflagellates. So it's not just all plankton, for the record.
I have no clue if there are big fish, if there are sharks. I don't know. I am not jumping in. Nope, I'm not jumping in. They're all out there in the water laughing, having a good time. They are just moving. You see all this plankton everywhere. Everybody's lighting up. And there's only 3 of us in the boat. And I was like, you are going to be so afraid that you are not going to enjoy yourself by jumping in because you have a fear. Get over it. So I untie my sweatshirt. I'm in my clothes. I put my phone down and I jump into the water. I was like, it was so amazing. I was so excited. The plankton was everywhere. The stars were everywhere. It was absolutely amazing. I would have been so mad at myself if I would not have jumped in. Even though I was fearful, I got over it real quick because we were all together. There was nothing that was going to get us, so we hope, that we felt. Nobody felt anything on their feet. Nobody, we were all good. So we go back in, and we have our little discussion on how the day went, how you felt, how you got through it, what your mind shift was, all of this. And we got all done, and they say, okay, now find one of these lawn chairs on the beach, and this is where we're sleeping tonight. What? We're sleeping on...
At least they got a lawn chair. They didn't have to sleep directly on the sand.
On the beach.
VIP.
With all this sand on us, we're gritty, we're wet, we're nasty. Ugh. We're sleeping on the beach. So they gave us like this little tiny like wrap. So we had these little tiny sheet like wraps. I was like all enclosed except this part because there was these big, huge bugs crawling everywhere. They looked like cockroaches, but they were these big, huge, I don't know if they were or not, big, huge bugs. I'm like, thing ain't getting on me. So I had my feet all wrapped
Could get on your eyeball still.
up. My body was all wrapped up, and I was literally like this. I didn't sleep all night long. I was scared to death. I was like, what if somebody tries to rob us? What if somebody tries to steal us? I mean, we are in a third world country where the cartel and people get kidnapped all the time. But we had these 2 guys that
Is Colombia third world? I don't think so. Maybe. I wouldn't consider it third world, but maybe.
That were watching over us all night because I kept watching them, that they were watching us. And then about 6 o'clock the next morning, we got up. They took us by boat back over to the mainland where we were staying. We walked back to our villa, and then we got the biggest surprise ever. We were pampered the entire day. We got massages, we got facials, we swam, we did some shopping, and it was an amazing day. It was just an amazing experience, but at the time I was going through it, I did not think so. So we went to the gym. We also, on Friday when we got ready to leave, we went to the gym. And this is where the biggest mind shift thing happened. Day 1, I was so negative and so like, oh God, I can't do this. On the last day, I went into the gym and I thought to myself, no more negative talk, no more negative in my head. I can do this. If I went through what I went through Wednesday, the gym is nothing. So I get on the treadmill. I am on day 1. I was on 2 on the treadmill, and I was on 4.5 on Friday, just plugging along. I thought, man, it's hot in here. I'm like, nope, it's not hot in here, Christy. It is not hot in here.
Gaslight yourself is what you learn. Gaslight yourself. Yes, that is a thing that I think Boss Lee would love for you to learn. So when you're losing money in this MLM scheme, you can say, but you're not helping me, leader. You're not helping me. And then you can go, am I not helping you? Or are you just in a negative mind space and you're just like, oh, you're right. It's my fault. Oh, I'll stick around for another year and keep paying every day to rank up. Okay. Now it makes sense.
Wednesday was hot. And then we were doing some floor exercises and holding some planks, and I couldn't hold it at all on day one. And Friday, the last day, I was able to hold it at least 20 seconds. I was doing all the exercises, and the three people that did the whole entire trip was Mateo, Sasha, and Jessie Lee Ward. And it was an amazing experience, and it did exactly what it was supposed to do, to shift your mindset on that you can do anything you put your mind to, and that the pain is only temporary. So what happened was I was holding the plank and I was doing the exercises, and Mateo looks at Jessie Lee and says, "What the world? Who is that?" Pointing to me. And Mateo said to me that I was the biggest change on the entire trip, that he's seen the biggest shift in the mindset. And it made me feel proud because I thought I really had done a lot of work while I was there. I had tried to not be negative. I had tried not to say negative things after I went through what I went on Wednesday. So the whole mind shift thing was what I had gone there for, and what it had been intended for us to happen while we were there. So it happened, and I had an amazing time. It was a rough Wednesday, but I got through it, and I'm here. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. And I cannot wait until the next retreat. I am not sure that I am going to be as in bad a shape as I was this time, because I am going to make different habits and changes. I am definitely going to start going to the gym. I am going to start getting my body in shape. I am going to start clean eating a little better, because while we were there, we clean ate, and my body felt amazing from clean eating. I didn't have any stomach issues. It was just an amazing time. So
yeah, it sounds really amazing. You made it sound really great. I knew that was going to be the wrap up. I already knew, just based on the MLM pipeline. It's like, yeah, I'm losing money. I hate everything. I don't like anything about it. And it was the best experience. You should join me. Like, what? Excuse me? Okay, so that wasn't the diabetic, apparently. One of them is, though. Courtney, whoever Courtney is, blocked me as well. So Courtney must have seen the video from last time. Because Jessie Lee has blocked me. And then whoever Courtney is, which is somebody that was on the trip, I guess. But here's a list. Thank you again for all this documentation. I'm on my Google Drive. I would like to hear someone, or DC, thank you. Someone said that there was one of the diabetics said she's no longer diabetic because she walked on the beach. So we can just go through them really quick. This is the one that was shown, that one of them, I guess. I don't know. I don't think that's Lynn. I don't see any. Oh, there. This is 3 days ago. She looks different there as well. The Jessie Lee, even then. So this is when they went to the Bahamas. Excuse me. Okay. Oh God. Here's them going.
I feel like I'm already tired tomorrow.
This is them going on the water. That looks fun. Yeah, that looks safe. This is them climbing through the rocks. It says work trip to Colombia. That's one thing to call it. I guess that's all she's got. The Clown Town says she is the diabetic, confirmed on her Insta later. Oh, that was the diabetic? Oh, okay. Let's look at it. Let's look at hers. What was her name again? Christy. So she just didn't mention her diabetic shock. Here's the pictures. We already read the captions, but that's them on the side of the road. That's the rocks. That's them sitting there. Going on the boat, I guess. The grill. The clean eating grill. Another boat. There's Jessie. This guy. Yeah, we already looked at these before. I mean, it is a trip. Is it here? Let's see. Oh, and she's a cancer survivor. That's good.
Well, it's been a heck of a day. It's been a very fun day. Tomorrow is going to be another amazing day. I cannot wait to see what tomorrow brings. More slides, I'm sure. More lazy rivers. We had a great time laying in the sun.
Oh, God. Oh, now she's in the Bahamas on her next trip.
Good morning. Happy Saturday from the Bahamas again. Yes, I have the same clothes on I had on yesterday. I did not bring workout clothes, so I have to be adaptable. I have to wear the
Christy, you said you were going to take this lifestyle seriously. You said you were going to hit the gym and clean eat. Come on.
same shirt. Lynn gave me the pants to borrow. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing again today. We're off to the gym because it's raining. It is nasty outside right now. Hoping it is going to clear up because we need some more sun today. But we're headed to the gym to work out. But I am shaking out my Pure Therapeutic Ketones. This is hibiscus lemonade. Delicious. I love this flavor. It's going to give me better mood, focus, fat loss, energy, appetite suppressant, better hair, skin, nails, muscle preservation.
That seems to be a Jessie Lee teaching, just to go through like every single possible thing it could solve in your life very quickly while you're pouring the protein. It's like, this cures cancer, weight loss, acne, constipation, world hunger, wars, famine.
Drink it over.
Oh, great. I really want to go to the Bahamas and go on a treadmill.
Well, day 2, Bahamas. Just left the gym. We did about an hour workout with Laura. Hi. I walked for about.
Oh God.
Self-confidence.
Oh God. Ed Milet. Okay. All right. Well, is she going to talk about her no longer being diabetic? That's what I need to know. I'm confused by her page. I mean, that's how you know too, like, pictures are lies. Instagram's all a lie. All right. Anyways, thank you everybody for listening to that. I can look and see what else we got in here. But I guess she is the diabetic. Let's watch a little bit more of the YouTube. It was getting a little heated over there. Let's see.
They are for fat loss, muscle preservation, better sleep, skin, mood, focus, energy, and digestion.
See?
Boss Lee, how do you deal with more haters than lovers? I don't have more haters than lovers. And if you spend any amount of time to actually get to know me.
Oh, go back to the plank? Okay, sorry. I just couldn't take another, nothing video. Hi guys, I'm here. I had a great day. Tomorrow's going to be a great day. And I'll have another great day. And days are all great. I'm like, oh God. Okay, sorry. Okay, no, I'm reading. Okay. Thank you. Oh yeah, watch it. Hold on. I just don't have my shoulders in it. That's okay. Gotta lower your ass, Christy. Planks 101. Sorry.
Couldn't even hold this plank for 1 second when I started in Colombia.
Oh, I should be.
Now look at me. I'm gonna be a beast. I'm gonna have abs of steel.
Yeah. If you guys lied to me.
By the way.
Okay.
The diabetic did die in Colombia because I'm not considering myself a diabetic anymore. She gone. Thank you, Jessie Lee. Mateo. Sasha! I love you.
Diabetes gone, baby! Okay. She just posted it twice? Okay. Wow. Okay. Explain more, please. Is there a second slide where you explain how Jessie Lee Ward and Mateo cured your diabetes? It's all a mindset. Okay, tell that to yourself when you need insulin. Jules Rules Productions. Thank you so much. Jules Rules Productions says, excited to watch live. Since you don't have soundpads, can you sing Dave's theme song? Why do you follow me? Of course. Man, me and Tara will sing the song for you. Okay, ready? Why do you follow me if you don't already own my book? Is that good? I tried to get it in the right cadence, but it's tough. I'm too tall to sing. Everyone knows that. Thank you, Jules Rules Productions. I appreciate that. Yeah, I declare bankruptcy. That's okay. Okay, so she's repeating it again.
Self-confidence.
Oh, God. She doesn't go into any more details about that? Just twice posted the same thing? Okay, let's watch it again. She gone. That's okay. That's what I do, and I plank as well. She loves these clothes with things on it, like words and phrases, because the shirt said she was ripping ass. She loved ripping ass. She loves cowboys who rip ass, and now she's got, I'll bring the bad decisions. Who bought you that?
Couldn't even hold this plank for 1 second when I started in Colombia. Now look at me. I'm gonna be a beast.
By the way,
I'm gonna have abs of steel.
By the way, my diabetes is cured.
By the way, the diabetic did die in Colombia because I'm not considering myself a diabetic anymore. She gone. Thank you, Jessie Lee. Mateo. Sasha! I love you.
Oh, baby girl. Stop this, please. I don't know. Well, we wish her the best. Get out of the cult. Bring your insulin. You know, we wish you well. Learn that Colombians are not the same as Mexicans, and then we can be friends. Oh boy. And all these people too that are in this, thing, they're all coaches as well, of course. Like, they're not just being coached, they are coaches while being coached by a crazy person. And she mentors women to leverage their social media presence. They're all doing 75 hard for some reason as well, I guess. So that's exciting. They're all in Bahamas. I mean, I would love to go to the Bahamas. Not to work out in the hotel gym and post content about ketones, but, Anyways. So, okay, let's go back to the video just for a quick sec.
It's done. Oh, I love that. You guys are so sweet. All right. Randy says, come introvert and hike here in Nicaragua. Avi said he wants to come here. Is that true, babe?
Yeah.
Did Randy sell you on Nicaragua?
Wow.
Nicaragua's great. I've been there many times.
She's like, your man told me he wants to come to Nicaragua with me. So she's like, oh, really? Oh, really? That's what he said? Oh, really? I've been there 15 times, bitch.
It's actually the
I want to
first
be
time.
there. I want to go there,
Yeah.
actually.
You are absolutely gorgeous with your blessed pregnancy. Hold on. What are we talking about here?
With the what?
What are we talking? Someone said my blessed pregnancy.
What is
I mean, they're saying I'm pregnant.
Put your shirt down,
You want
man.
to tell me something that I don't know?
Why is she obsessed? Because she's a loser. Huh?
You want to tell me something? What do you mean pregnant?
I mean, I think I'd tell you if I had a bun in the oven, babe.
Am I a loser?
That's kind of awkward. Do I look pregnant? Like, what's happened? Oh, you're talking about Megan George. Thank God, Michelle. I was like, listen, okay? Listen. I will strip it right down. Okay, and we will just get naked up in this hoe. So yes, Megan George is gorgeous. Baby Maverick will be here very soon, and we're super excited. And we will definitely come to Australia. Don't worry. I'll be filling stadiums around the world. No problem. Thank you for following. Appreciate you guys. Yes, you can ask anything you want. I'm not blocking people, so I know a bunch of you are a little bit crazy and doing screen record like that's like your cool thing to do. But do whatever you want to do. Go tear Sasha apart next. Sasha really wants you to make him go viral. He's sick of me going viral all the time. He's like, what the? It's like they're literally the most. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting that like the anti-MLM people don't do videos about men. Like, have you noticed?
is he a leader in the group or is he just your underling? Like, there's not as many men in MLMs that I know, but also that's a fair point. She's right. We could do more men videos. However, anytime I do a man video, the views are bad. People like the women. Even Dave Hollis compared to Rachel Hollis. Rachel Hollis gets so many more views and so much more conversation going than anything I've ever done on Dave Hollis. So just that's probably a reason why as well.
They tear down women that they're wildly jealous of, like So we already talked about this, but people did I make people hike for 15 hours without their consent? The answer is no. First of all, I never told you if they signed consent forms or not. That never happened. You also don't know how we prepared, though. We already talked about it. We can keep talking about it. You want to keep talking about the 15-hour hike, 15-hour walk. Wasn't even 15 hours, but whatever. Literally. MLM is predominantly women. It's kind of simple math. Well, I just showed you 2 men. The trip had 5 men on it, so
she kind of does seem like one of those people that likes to be the only girl around men, the only woman around men, I should say.
But you're saying it's 15 women on a 15-hour hike, so your stories are all a little crazy. But
like people telling the story, and then it's one go from another to another.
Well, 3/4 were women, so it's still the majority.
And people remember just a small thing, and then it's become like a total different story than the truth.
Just like how I'm on drugs, like right here. Wait, you're on some drug? No, never said that either. I know
they're speculating based on your behavior that's erratic.
You're living my life. I know it's not me living my life, but since you're living my life, why don't you tell everybody that I'm on? Let's talk about that. Do you see how psycho you sound? Psycho. Telephone game, that's right. I know, even the male haters only hate on the women. Okay, go ahead, babe.
All right, Christine.
With a C, you're okay.
I think the Ed Milet video I did got 200 likes or 200 views as well that I posted on the highlights channel. It could just be a boss babe decision, not to cover the men, because when we try, it doesn't do that great.
With a K.
Okay. Thank you for your order, by the way, guys. Appreciate you.
Let's just skip ahead. Oh, here's the lady that was there, Cheryl.
And then you go, you sadistic bitch.
Oh, that was me. I called her a sadistic bitch. That was me. Hold on, let's go back.
Which is my favorite. This one is grape flavored. So you get the blender bottle, and then you get 15% off. 4, 5, 7 different flavors. I don't know who you are and why I need to belittle. I would like an example of belittling and mocking. Let's go there. Where did
Okay, an example of belittling mocking was when she was like, this lady said, I don't want to go to the beach. I don't want to go into my bathing suit. And then she also said one, it was like, should I put my pants on or should I wear shorts? And she's like, this lady said, should I put my pants on or should I put my shorts on? Like a lot of that and a lot of Kelly overheard the other tampon lady asking about how many tampons and she didn't prepare. So she was not prepared. There's a lot of belittling in the whole thing.
Did I belittle and where did I mock? Thank you, Tanya. She's proud of us. Good evening, beautiful. Thank you. Hi, Diana. How are you? Yeah.
You always know it's genuine when someone uses that cadence. Like, how are you, Diane? How are you? Hello, Diane. How are you? Okay, moving on. You really know that it's a genuine connection.
I love it. Oh, and a free gift. So we'll do some Miniflex as well. And
hello, Jesse. How are you?
Which is instant ketosis, no salt. Avi didn't go to Cabo because Avi's going to the Bahamas with me on a private jet tomorrow where I am going to take him on a 15-hour hike. Well, I'm going to tell him it's 15 hours, but it's going to be 40 hours. And I'm not going to give him water. And I'm not going to love him. And I'm not going to give him food. And what else are we going to do, babe? What else? Torture is going to happen in the Bahamas. It's going to be crazy. Best way to promote service for just starting, haven't had a lot of success. Other people's stories. Facts tell, stories sell. So love it.
Facts tell, lies sell. Facts tell, scams sell.
Love it. Okay.
All right.
You sadistic. Oh, see, you guys are so nice. I ask you a question about how I'm being belittling, and then you go, you sadistic bitch. Okay. According to you guys, I'm also a drug addict and all kinds of other stuff. Take a ticket, get in line. It's fine. I'm still winning. You're still not. You're still watching me. I have no idea who you are. Very strange behavior. All right.
I don't know. It's not. This doesn't make me believe that you are unbothered by this.
Yeah, Cheryl. Promoter number 7. Love it. Y'all have fun with all that. I'll be in a cabana somewhere. What's your opinion on using burner phones for your business? I think they're great to go live on multiple things, for sure. It's a great way to
burner
build
phones
yourself in general, build your brand further. All right, baby doll, what's next?
All right, I'm out. I should do more. It's like 2 hours. The time commitment. I have the desire. I just don't have the time on the weekend. But maybe this week. Maybe if I'm motivated. Maybe if I take some ketones, I can put it all together. Because I feel like there's a lot of examples. But maybe there's already a video that does all that. It's been covered. I like covering stuff though, but I don't want to just repeat someone else's work that's already been done. Okay, let's now move on over to the spirituality coach who is actually broke. Now, we did the whole video about her, and she chose to go on to the financial audit YouTube account and be, called out essentially. I don't know if it was originally to grow her business or what, and then she changed her mind afterwards or something, but let me pull up the links. We found, and by we, I mean a wonderful viewer, once again, named Ariel sent me links, and she found out all the secret lives that this woman actually lives. Sort of. But it's interesting. It's a little more spicy that I guess I don't know. I thought maybe it was spicy because why would she not put her information to get more, attention from that YouTube video? But at the same time, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, here we go. So shout out to Ariel. I don't know how you found this, but she's not just a spiritual guide. She's also a sadistic bitch. I'm just kidding. Wouldn't that tie all the stories together? And some people had commented, that they didn't like Caleb's channel because he's not an expert, financial expert. And I don't know about that, what his credentials are. I doubted that he even had any. But the reason I like him, and, maybe I'm giving him too much praise and attention, but I like him because a lot of these money coaches out there, these people who will claim to be finance or talk about making your business have money, just tell you to manifest it. And, oh yeah, you deserve it because you're a good person. If you put good vibes out in the world, you'll just get everything you want. And it's I'm glad someone's calling out people who are claiming this type of, magic, and then in reality are, barely scraping by and are setting themselves up for failure, because things in life do take reality. And the people who aren't in those financial conundrums are probably getting money from some other source that they're not telling you about. So I think that's why I like him, because it points out the obvious on things. Anyways, okay. So it's she Isas. Very easy. So she's a spiritual guide, tantric coach, guiding you to live aligned with love, sober spiritual baddie, deep dive sensuality, liberating abundant bliss, spiritual nectar on everything. Okay, so here we go.
Second part of that question is how to lower your libido because you live solo. Well, one, it's not that you need to lower your libido, it's that it's using your sexual energy in other areas of your life.
Okay, so she's a woman. That's a good one. I like that one. Woman. But her page is not doing so hot. She's got she's the devil. 3,666 followers. But 2 likes, 17 likes, 20 likes. So the fact that she's making so much money from her things, it's shocking. But let's take a second. We'll go back to the Instagram. But I haven't gone through this deeply, so we're doing this live. We're doing it live. We're doing it together. Okay, so you can reserve a session. She has a Depop store. She has a website, a masterclass, and attract more love, great sex, and the life you desire. Okay. Love it. I don't really love it, but we'll see. She is. Now, somebody said that she's actually giving financial stuff as well, but okay, welcome, sexy. I am She Is Us, your spirituality sensual guide. Being soulfully loved. It's passion, it's poetry, it's purpose revealing. Okay. It's a cute outfit. Sacred sex and somatics. Not semantics. Sacred sex and somatics. Shizas provides a variety of intimate experiences offered to you as an individual alongside you and your partner and with playful groups. Imagine a sensually catered journey inwards and outwards, an expansion of pleasure and welcome state of ecstasy. Shiaz is committed to motivate and activate consensual pleasure in your mind, body, heart, and spirit. Somatics. As a guide, Shiaz shares tips, tools, touch, sound, and presence for ascendance to pleasure, passion, and power while enjoying more of what you desire. So it's definitely more sexual, less spirituality. So you can do a massage at home. So it's actually a little bit better, I think, than I thought, because, she talked about like, oh, it's abundance, it's manifestation, this is a little bit more helpful, I guess, if you're looking for something like this. It gives a little bit more value, in my opinion. It says sex and spirituality coaching is revolutionary and daring. I don't know about that. While deriving from ancient teachings and healing practices and different from traditional talk therapy and other styles of bodywork. Okay, good. Good saying that. Several modalities and schools of thought influence and engage my work, including sexological bodywork, authentic relationship coaching, and red tantra. Each modality is life-enhancing and freedom-feeling. Refresh your life as we co-create dynamic and profound ways to surpass challenges in your sexuality, confidence, and relationships. Uncover and rediscover your connections to your eroticism. Okay, let's see how much it costs. Okay, one thing was $4,000. Okay, all right, okay. Jeez, all right. Okay, for a VIP 1 month intimate experience, which... It says 1 month, but then it says 12 hours. So I don't know how time works. I guess 1 month of 12 hours is Ed Millett's dream fantasy. Okay. So it says, let's connect once a week and expand in intimacy while enhancing. So you connect once a week for 1 month while enhancing your overall life in this 1 month experience, the VIP experience, 4 one-on-one companionship sessions. Okay. Is this escorting? Like, no shame in it, but is that what this is? Like, this is an escort situation? Because what is 1 month intimate experience for $10,000 supposed to be when you meet 4 times for an hour? 2 hours. Let's linger in our presence and have dinner, lunch, or date, movie, museum, picnic, hike, 21 downloadable private videos to have. Is this legal? Is that legal to do? I don't think it is. I don't think you're allowed to just... maybe you are. I don't know. It's interesting. Intimate time every week together. Each session thoughtfully created for you and your desires with the added care of enhancing the rest of your life through pleasure. You must first book a 2-hour session first. It's important we meet and I get to see if you are a good fit for this next level experience. So... 2 hours times 4 weeks for 1 month is how much? 8 hours. She's making $10,000. Okay, so what's $10,000 divided by 8? $12.50 an hour. No, sorry. $12.50 for each session divided by 2. She's making $6.25 an hour. That's pretty good. Yeah, I guess you can only work 5 hours in that case. So it makes much more sense. I get it, but I don't know. Okay, so for $3,000, she can give you a travel experience. This is weird. This is odd. Okay, for $3,000 for 3 hours, so $1,000 an hour. You're not in Austin, Texas? Want me to come to you? Contact me directly to discuss our FMTY arrangement. For the U.S., I require a 3-hour companionship minimum, as well as airfare and accommodations, hotel, Airbnb, resort, and any cost for Uber, Lyft, or car rental. Because I'm traveling to you and for my extra time, effort, and energy, the deposit for any FMTY arrangement, you must provide your driver's license, a reference, and a public profile. Do you want to meet in Hawaii? I have a $5,000 minimum with a $3,500 deposit. Okay. So I think we've come across a hooking business. Is that appropriate to say? I'm sorry. I thought this was spirituality. I feel like I've gone off the deep end in the wrong direction. You can take a course for $100. Price varies for massages, couple sessions. Okay. We found something interesting. All right. Okay. Let's do about. So this is like more for men, I guess. This is not really, she's coaching women through anything from what it seems. Her credentials are a 500-hour yoga teacher training, a meditation and tantric thing, 6 months NLP, marketing coach, and self-development with Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi. Oh, good. That's good. They're helpful in sex work. Ecstatic hearts, tantra level, nutrition and shamanic healing, movement and dance, live performance, integrative theater, communications, landmark. Inspiring work with Abraham Hicks. Red flags. Okay, so I don't know how any of that would help you with this job, but sensual art. Get some artwork done. Okay, well, I should have done a little bit more research, I guess, in advance. Whoopsies. Okay, hold on though. There's another one. Oh no. Yeah, so now we've solved it. We've solved the mystery of how she makes so much money. Whoops. Okay. Let's move on. So that's that. She's like the master class, self-paced, but it's like very much still. Okay, let me just look at this. It's a little better. It's not tantric sex work. Okay, but it's like attractionist, self-paced online course. Attract more love, great sex, and the life you desire. And you take it. It's $200. It's 26 sessions. Orgasmic manifesting workbook. Let me be your guide. Okay, so she does have online courses, and you can partake in that if you so please to do so. Ay. Okay. Oh, she's not involved in this person. This is unrelated. All right. Well, at least she's not giving financial advice. We figured that out. Or spirituality advice, most likely. Okay. It all makes sense now. That's why she was like, I can't really share too much. I kind of feel like, well, I don't know. It's like, well, she should have shared more or been more open about it. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know if she should have. I don't think she should have gone that show. It's like the most important thing. Like, why are you going there? Why are you putting yourself in the public eye? For what? Because like I said, that was one of his most popular videos. Has like 500,000, and it has more than, I think, 2 million on TikTok. So it got a lot of attention. Anywho, okay, now we're going to switch gears. And we're going to talk about another TikTok person. And this is the one I couldn't get to last time. So it's interesting to me. She's a 19-year-old that has been posting about her cancer journey, pancreatic cancer specifically. And she got 30 grand from it. Yeah. And she was found out. So we can watch some of her TikToks about it. Some of them include like, I was burned by chemo, when she got like a spray tan and stuff so ridiculous that you'll cry to sleep tonight. But this is one of the first ones that she did before, now it says updated. She was charged with theft, but this is before that came out. So let's just read it. If you were to read this story about this girl, if you would buy it or not, if you would believe based on the article. So it says 19-year-old NS grad wages brave battle with pancreatic cancer. That's the thing with people who have cancer or have survived cancer that they say are sort of annoying. Some of them, not all of them. Obviously, I've never talked to every person who's had cancer, but like being called a brave soldier or a brave warrior, it's like, I didn't choose this. I'm going through, medical issues, and it feels weird that you're putting this on me. I've heard that argument before, which I sort of agree with. Okay, here's how it's described. It was Thursday, February 10th, and Maddie Russo was sitting in her accounting class at St. Ambrose University. Her cell phone buzzed. She looked at the screen, and had no idea her life was about to change forever. Now, a little more than 8 months after being diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, the 2021 North Scott graduate's world was rocked to its very core. After learning last week that a football-sized tumor is attached to her spine, it's never a golf ball size. It's always like the biggest tumor that's ever existed on anyone's spine before. A football-sized tumor is attached to her spine. Maddie is trying to make sense of what her life is going to look like. Yes, you read that right. Maddie, a lifelong Eldridge resident, seems to be in the fight of her young life, and she's just 19 years old. Quote, life has been crazy, she said last week. Quote, it's like a catch-22. I can't win for losing. What? I can't win for losing? What does this mean? I feel like I've been rocked to my soul, and right now everything is kind of uncertain. I just want to know my game plan, and right now I don't know what that is. Of course, every day can't be sunshine and rainbows, but you can't just choose to be mad at the cancer. Okay, this is the fucking thing that pisses me off the most about all these people. They always become toxic positivity, like influencers, where they're like, I have cancer, but I'm still positive. It's like, you are scamming people out of money and you don't have cancer, you psychopath. They always do that. All of them. Every single one of them becomes a self-help influencer, I'm telling you. Okay. I can't be mad at the cancer. It just happens to people. If you stay depressed and in a dark space, I feel like your body will never get better. Oh my God, the audacity. The audacity. Okay, before we go fully into this article, which is going to piss everybody off, let's watch some of her old TikToks as well.
I got ready.
Because I feel like they're interesting. Okay, this is the first one. So this is from her Facebook. She said, so this is March 2022. She said, I decided to start documenting some of this journey through videos of little recaps of what has been going on to keep everyone in the loop and to also have these to go back and watch at a later date for memories. Totally out of my comfort zone, but heck with it because life is short. I have had a few bumps in the road lately, and there are times where it gets overwhelming, but I really just take it day by day. There are good days, bad days, and awful days, and just okay days. Okay, and then this is the problem. A lot of people comment on how well I look. And while that may make me feel good, I also know that not everybody sees the behind the scenes of this journey. It's not as glamorous as it may look sometimes. Nobody sees the endless amounts of puking from chemo and radiation, the skin burns from radiation, mouth sores, fevers, total exhaustion, body aches, etc. In the meantime, I'm just holding on to prayer, strength, my faith, and my hair. Hashtag Team Maddie, hashtag fuck cancer. And then it says, video 1, round 2, day 3 chemo, blood transfusion after low counts and fever. What has been on my heart recently? Okay, so we all know that she is full of shit. So none of this is real. All of this is for scamming purposes. Okay, so.
And I finally got ready. Day 3 of round 2 of chemo, and I finally got ready. It is 12:45 and I curled my hair, did my makeup. I'm feeling more like Maddie. I'm still thankful I have hair. Thank goodness for that. I have on my Just Beat It sweatshirt, still in my pajamas. It's okay though, because when you're going through chemo, you can be in your pajamas. Anyways,
okay.
I have just been I got fluids this morning and nausea meds right after radiation.
I'm sorry it's so low. I can't raise it. I'm at like the max out level.
Better with the fluids. And I only got sick a little bit after lunch, so that's improvements. Prior, I was puking for 18 hours straight. It was horrible. So I'm trying my hardest to just keep it at bay, and just getting ready feels so good. I feel like a whole new person. I still have eyelashes. Yeah, they're still there. I still have hair and I still have eyebrows. So I'm doing good in that department. I'm doing a-okay in that department. The puking and the yucky feelings and the tiredness, the body aches, the mouth sores, I'm not doing too well in that department, but every day is going.
Her teeth are like the whitest teeth I've ever seen.
To get better. I just tell myself that I have to make it through this week, and then I get a week off, and then a week
Yes,
off.
Ingrid,
so
yes.
we're gonna do that. But seriously, all of y'all's support has been so awesome. It does not go unnoticed. There's so many comments and messages I get, and I cannot keep up with all of them. But they've been so awesome, and I'm so thankful for each and every one of you guys. All of the prayers, all of the thoughts, the just the warm hugs, the warm feelings, the packages I've received. It has made this just a tiny bit easier.
The money in the bank.
Thank you all. Love you, and I'll check in soon.
She's like, I have cancer, but I'm different. I kept all my hair, and I have positivity enough to do my makeup, so that's good. Okay.
It's kind of been a little eventful week. In the cancer world, eventful is not good. I'd rather have an uneventful week because it means you're kind of just coasting along. But I've had a little bump in the road. So it's my week off chemo. So I've just been doing radiation. However, I've kind of came down with this fever. It's been really weird because I don't feel like sick. I don't really have like a cold or like sore throat, any of the other symptoms. I don't have COVID. I don't have any of that. I just have this like nagging fever and kind of just like that feeling of being like, you know, like run down and stuff like that. So finally I got labs taken, and my lab results came back yesterday afternoon, and it showed that my ANC and white blood counts, those two like run together, was really low, and it's most likely coming off of the chemo from last week. And then, you know, your immune system is so weak because you have like no immune system when you're going through treatment. So then I have a fever, and it's kind of explaining, and hopefully that's the full cut answer.
What do you think's going through her head during these times? Like, do you think she's thinking like, okay, this is for the money. I'm just going to do this for a little bit just to get ahead, and life's not fair, so I'm just taking mine? Or is it something else? Like, what is going on in their heads while they're doing this and lying? Because none of this is real. Anything that she's saying is not real. If she had a fever, it's unrelated to cancer, and she knows it. So even that is not realistic. It's just what do you think?
So I had to skip radiation on Monday because I can't go with a fever, and they didn't know like what was wrong. And
like full makeup is also throwing me off.
This morning it's Wednesday morning, and I am getting back on track for radiation this morning. And then right afterwards, I'm going to get some fluids in the vein, and then I'm going to get a blood transfusion. So this
no,
is
you're
my
not.
second blood transfusion, and my counts, a normal count should be between 2,500 and 6,000, and mine were at 1,100. So quite low, but happy that I got in and I caught it. So I'm really hoping this blood transfusion kind of boosts me back up.
Let's hope.
And then, just so I can get back into the normal levels. That way I can make counts and qualify for chemo. That starts next week. So next Monday will be round 3 of chemo. And
no offense to her, but she also does not know how to tell a story. It's like, we don't care about the details every second of your life, okay? Tell us what we need to know.
I'm just ready to kick it, and fingers crossed that this blood transfusion really does me well, and my fever and everything will go away. So just wanted to pop in and days where, like, you know, I'm too sick from treatment, where I can't go anywhere, I can't do anything. I feel like shit, you know, I can't get ready. I just lay in my bed and puke, you know, and it's extremely physically exhausting, but also the mental part of it, I think it's 10 times worse. And I think anybody that has struggled with anything when it comes to kind of like their mental health. People say it is a lot worse, and I can fully attest to that. It's so true. But sometimes I just need to step back and, you know, get reminders from friends and family like, Maddie, it's okay if you can't make it to the gym today. It's okay if you...
She was going to the gym?
Show up to the gym and you walk for 15 minutes and your body is like, nope, you can't do this, and you go home. Like, it's okay, because I have to realize that before I even do anything or attempt to do anything, my body is fighting so hard every minute just to stay alive. And like one of my good friends told me, he said, hey, you know what, when you go into the gym, you have to realize that your body has already done, you know, 6 or 7 workouts before even stepping foot in there. And that really resonated with me. And I guess it's okay just to be like, you know, it's gonna be fine. You hope.
Okay, so she's already done 7 workouts by just existing. Okay, that makes sense. All right, let's jump around a little bit. So how she got caught, what happened, because I'm also curious too. All right. So she's from Iowa. She's 19. She's charged with scamming $37,000 from 439 well-wishers by lying that she had pancreatic cancer, and they always have 2 cancers. That's not to say like if you have 2 cancers, you're a scammer. But if you do interact with a scammer, I guarantee you $1 million that they have 2 cancers that are like rare and bad. And it's the biggest tumor you've ever seen. Like, they don't go small. They go heavy. Okay, so an Iowa woman was charged for allegedly scamming $37,000 from donors and lying. Okay, she was arrested on January 23rd after medical professionals reported that she was faking stage 2 cancer diagnosis. I'm surprised it's not stage 4. Usually it's stage 4. Pointing out the irregularities of cords and tubes in her chemo TikTok videos. She's been charged with theft by means of deception and could face up to 10 years in jail. So medical professionals reported it. And I wonder if they reported it from TikTok because she had ports in the wrong spot. Russo claimed that she had pancreatic cancer and acute lymphoblastic leukemia, along with a football-sized tumor on her lower back and spine. So she has 3 cancers. Police obtained medical records from centers where she was a patient that all revealed that she was never treated for cancers or tumors. Authorities also discovered that Russo was stealing photos from cancer patients' social media and using them as her own. Well, that's good. She posted her $10,000 bail on the same day she was arrested. There she is. The day she was arrested with her makeup on and her tan. Okay, let's watch a video. How about that? Because... did I not do it? Hold on. Because I like to hear what they have to say too. Hold on 1 second, everybody. And her name is Maddie. Maddie. Oh, also, while we're doing this, did you all hear that George Santos claimed that he was a producer on the Spider-Man Broadway
other news today.
Performance? That's another update for everybody. Okay. This is 19-year-old woman arrested after GoFundMe scam. Here we go.
Other news today, it was a heartbreaking tale. A young woman battling both leukemia and pancreatic cancer. The cops say she wasn't sick at all. They say she was faking it to rake in thousands of dollars in donations.
I want people to live. I want to live. You know, I want there to be a cure.
That's Maddie Russo, a 19-year-old college student speaking about suffering from cancer.
They found a mass on my pancreas, and I had stage 2 pancreatic cancer at just 19 years old.
She documented her treatment in a series of heartbreaking social media posts.
Before I even started chemo, I harvested my eggs with the OBGYN. And basically it's just you're kind of like freezing your eggs.
She not only claimed to have pancreatic cancer, but leukemia and a tumor on her spine the size of a football. She raised over $37,000 on a GoFundMe page. Louis Frillman was so moved by her plight, he donated $1,000.
What struck a chord with you about her story?
She was a very young person that appeared to be in a serious amount of trouble.
And your heart went out to her.
She was totally believable.
But police in Iowa have arrested her, calling it an elaborate scam. The alleged scam was first spotted by doctors who wondered about this image that supposedly showed her getting chemo. It's not the way a medical port should look. The telltale giveaways, it's not sterile and it's not secured with medical tape. Look, this is a real medical port used for cancer patients. It's easy to see the difference. I spoke with cancer patient Anna Kauer-Kovetsky.
So the chest port is actually like a little port under my skin. It was inserted by a surgery.
Does it break your heart that someone would fake having this illness?
Absolutely.
Well, GoFundMe says they have zero tolerance for misuse of their platform, and they say all of those donations have been refunded.
Well, that's good. So one of my critiques of people in the past have been they have figured this out. Scammers, that some of the ones that have like more, I don't know, like illnesses that are more rare, I guess, or like not cancer directly because they're in the long game, they will just accept things on Venmo or Cash App because they don't refund and there's no way to prove that you paid for a certain reason.
Yeah.
Okay, let's watch this one too.
Yeah, I get a lot of questions about my hair. Like, you look so good. Like, how are you keeping your hair? It just comes down to my brand of chemo, which is oral chemo. I got really lucky with that. So thank goodness, fingers crossed. That's something to be so grateful for.
Okay, she had oral chemo, which means that she didn't have to lose her hair. Is that how it works? I don't know. Okay, so that was that. I'm going to show another one of hers. No. Let's go to the local news. They do it best. You know, I got my love for local news. You know, I got love for local news. Actually, let's watch Good Morning America first. Let's watch the national news. Fuck local news. I changed my mind. Just kidding.
Year-old accused of lying about having cancer on TikTok and scamming well-wishers out of tens of thousands of dollars. Trevor Ault has more. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, Lindsay. So in one interview, Maddie Russo claims doctors told her she had an 11% chance of survival. And people, charities, cancer organizations, they all donated to help her fight cancer. The problem is, according to authorities, she doesn't have cancer. She never did. And that's not just a lie, it's a felony.
I'm too sick from treatment where I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything.
This morning, an Iowa TikToker accused of faking a cancer diagnosis, charged with stealing from people who donated to help her battle a disease authorities say she doesn't have. Investigators say Maddie Russo took more than $37,000 from Maddie's fight against pancreatic cancer. A GoFundMe set up on her behalf, captured by ABC affiliate WQAD, that's now been taken down.
This week is not a chemo week, it's just a radiation week.
Authorities allege Russo spent the past year claiming she'd been diagnosed with leukemia, stage 2 pancreatic cancer, and a tumor the size of a football that wrapped around her spine. Posting dozens of photos and videos like this she's since taken down, now reposted on TikTok by another user.
So it's my week off chemo, so I've just been doing radiation.
Police tell us there were
Looked like she was skiing or something with that tan in her eyes.
Reviewing all of Russo's posts as part of the investigation. In a press release saying witnesses with medical experience pointed out the many medical discrepancies, including terrible, life-threatening inaccuracies of her medical equipment placement on her body.
So you can see that the actual positioning of the port per se is not accurate. Also, that the way that it's secured, the type of tape that's used, is not the same clinical tape that we would use in the hospital.
Authorities say Russo's subpoenaed medical records show she's never been diagnosed with any kind of cancer or tumor, but her alleged lies reached so far her story was featured in a local Iowa paper, and she even did outreach for the National Pancreas Foundation. That organization now tells ABC News there are thousands of patients, families, and caregivers battling this terrible disease, and Ms. Russo's actions have taken away valuable resources from these patients. Louis Frillman is one of hundreds who gave to the GoFundMe supporting Russo. His $500 donation has been refunded.
My thinking is say a prayer for this young kid because she's going to have a
This guy just did all the rounds on the press.
lot of terrible consequences.
And Russo and her family did not respond to multiple requests for comment. She's posted $10,000 bond. She did that shortly after her arrest. She's now due in court next month, guys.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. So now we're going to go to WQAD Quad and watch some more videos because they do it best. They get down and dirty. They get into the details. Actually, not this one. This one sucks. That video sucks. I'm just kidding. Or am I? We'll never know. WQAD. Maddie Russo. Maddie Russo.
Good evening.
Okay, the timeline one. That's what we want to watch.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm John Diaz. 19-year-old Madison Russo remains out on bond tonight, accused of faking a cancer diagnosis to collect nearly $40,000 in donations. And tonight, News 8's Charles Hart joins us in studio in our top story at 10 and gives us a timeline on what reportedly happened and what we can expect moving forward. Good evening, Charles.
Good evening, John. And Maddie Russo was invited to speak at St. Ambrose University, but yesterday she was arrested, reportedly at the school, and bonded out yesterday.
Hi everyone, my name is Maddie Russo, and this is my story.
A LinkedIn video of 19-year-old Maddie Russo explaining her supposed cancer diagnosis. She claims she was diagnosed with stage 2 pancreatic cancer, acute lymphoblastic leukemia, and told there was a football-sized tumor wrapped around her spine. Since then, Russo has talked about going through cancer with the National Pancreas Foundation in Chicago. She's also been on a podcast for Project Purple Online, a group on a mission to find a cure for pancreatic cancer. Her stories on both platforms have since been removed. A GoFundMe fundraiser.
I was going to say I couldn't find it. I tried. I wish I could have found the podcast.
Was started titled Maddie's Fight Against Pancreatic Cancer. Tom Bouland was listed as who started the donation page. As you can see, it raised nearly $38,000.
Who's Tom Bouland? We need to find him. What's his part in this?
$1,000 from more than 400 donors. By Tuesday, the GoFundMe page was taken down. GoFundMe releasing a statement Tuesday saying they have a zero-tolerance policy for misuse of our platform, and the group is guaranteeing a full refund to donors. Now, her story getting a lot of attention on social media, like this post on TikTok.
Statistically speaking, about 90% of pancreatic patients are literally over the age of 65.
Is that the end of the feeding tube? To me, it's giving G-tube vibes with that little circular piece right there.
Russo used other social media platforms like Facebook to get the message out about her supposed fight. On Monday, January 23rd, the Eldridge Police Department arrested Russo for theft by means of deception, which is a Class C felony. We spoke with some students off camera who say this is what a lot of people are talking about, and we reached out to the National Pancreas Foundation, who hasn't got back to us. And the Eldridge Police are asking any donors to Maddie's fight against pancreatic cancer to contact them. John, back to you.
John, back to you. Okay, so we watched some videos. Now let's go back to the article. We can get more into the nitty-gritty. There's our other one, Jessica. Fight like a Jessica. Remember her? No one's contacted me since I did the follow-up, by the way, on all the videos of the schemers from before. So I'm shocked, utterly shocked that no one cares anymore. They're like, we've maintained our scheme without you, so it's all good. Where is this one? Sorry, everybody. We're reading the Daily Mail, the cornerstone of professional journalism. Psych. Okay, hold on. Okay, now we're good. All right. So basically, we left off. She posted the bail. Okay, so police obtained a search warrant for Russo Bettendorf's apartment, where they found a brown paper bag with medical supplies, an IV pole with a cotton ball filled pump, boxes of transparent dressings, wigs, and a prescription for nausea medication made out to her relative. Authorities uncovered Russo accepted money from 439 donors, including from cancer foundations and school districts. A GoFundMe account showed another $37,000 was raised by January 19th. Thank you to Beth Peters. Beth Peters says, okay, I am late to the party after date night. Oh, that's nice. And I'm going to start from the beginning. I see you don't have soundboard, though. I would love to hear you say, this is just stupid and no. Okay. For you, Beth Peters, you got it. Ready? This is just stupid. How was that? That's my Dave Ramsey impression of saying this is just stupid. And I'm assuming you mean the Heidi Powell no. No. That's not my best work, but I think it'll do. Thank you, Beth Peters. I appreciate it. And they'll be back on Tuesday when I come live again, I promise. It's just a file issue. But they're all organized still, and all I have to do is connect them. So we're good. Thank you. I'll see you in 3 hours when you catch up again. Okay. So Russo claimed her alleged medical journey started in February 2022 when she got a call about her diagnosis while in school. Okay, she was anxiously awaiting these test results. Her phone rang and it said Iowa City Oncology. She stepped out of the classroom and took the call. She was terrified, and she still is. She was in shock. She didn't think it could be true. She's so young and wondered how this could happen. She went through all the emotions. The alleged cancer patient claimed that bloody stools, nosebleeds, and fever sent her to get labs done before her diagnosis. When she got the diagnosis, she said doctors had given her an 11% survival rate for 5 years. I remember hanging up the phone and I was a mess, she said. I was literally bawling, but somehow I ended up getting the courage to, oh God. Wait, okay, let me start over. This is the best part. The best part of this whole thing is that these people have the audacity. I was literally bawling, but somehow I ended up getting the courage to wipe away my tears and went back into class, which now, when I think about it, was pretty crazy. So cool. She's so courageous that she, a cancer haver, cancer patient, could go back into class, the brave soldier she is. At the time, Russo claimed doctors insisted surgery wasn't a possibility to remove her football-sized tumor. They called it more risk than reward. Okay, this is what they... Oops. Never mind. Between February and October, Russo alleged she received about 15 rounds of chemo and 90 rounds of radiation. She also insisted she had a consultation with Mayo Clinic doctors. Life has been crazy. It's a catch-22. I can't win for losing. I feel like I've been rocked to my soul, and right now everything feels uncertain. I just want to know my game plan, and right now I don't know what it is. The thing about the depression thing, okay. Despite Russo's cancer diagnosis, she was able to achieve a 4.0 GPA, work part-time, and participate in outdoor activities. Well, of course. And shill biotin, apparently. Okay, we'll go back to that.
Biotin, collagen, and keratin are crucial vitamins that are shown to help with like hair, skin, and nail growth. And it's by the brand Well Labs. It's a beauty complex, but you can go to welllabs.com, or I'm sure it's on Amazon. But I've been taking these. I noticed a huge difference with my hair too. So
stop. Oh my God.
Ella está disfrutando su masaje.
I hate TikTok. Oh my God. Stop it. I can't click on it. Why can't I can't even move it? Okay. Well, TikTok broke my computer. Every time it's embedded in anything, it's horrible. But let's go back to the TikToks, because that's where some of those were. So she's not only faking cancer for donations, she's also shilling biotin supplements for some reason. Oh boy. Okay.
My name is Maddie Russo, and this is my story.
This is her story, everybody.
So when my older brother Tyler turned 18 years old, he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, which is a chronic autoimmune disease where the pancreas no longer produces insulin on its own. With this being said, I could not let him get all the attention that he was getting, so I decided to fake cancer. I was also tested to see if I would develop type 1 diabetes and see if I was positive for any of the antibodies. So when the test came back, I ended up being positive for all 5 out of 5 antibodies. And in February of 2020, I was also diagnosed with type 1 at 17 years old. Fast forward to February of 2022, I had yearly lab work done just with my primary care provider as a standard checkup. And aside from starting to feel just a little bit off, my lab work came back and my white blood cell counts were not in normal range. So further testing was then done. And on February 10th of 2022, quite possibly the worst day of my life occurred.
Until she was arrested for faking this entire thing. That's probably the actual worst day of her life.
I got the call from my oncologist and they found a mass on my pancreas. And I had stage.
Would you already have an oncologist if you didn't know you had cancer yet?
Stage 2 pancreatic cancer at just 19 years old. Scared is an understatement. I was terrified, and I definitely still am. But I'm really glad I went to my yearly health check because it would have been so easy to just skip it and say I'm fine. So please take my experience and get regular lab.
There's something with the mom, by the way. Like her mom is defending her almost, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't come across that part of it yet in any of these articles, but it's like the mom spoke out and said like she's going to start a foundation or something in her name. It's like very confusing. I wrote it down somewhere. I got to find where that information is about the family, but they're also estranged, I guess. I don't know.
Lab work done, because the sooner you catch anything that is wrong, the better chance of outcome and survival you would have. And it really could save your life, like it did mine. So after finding out, I started treatment right away, consisting of oral chemo and radiation. So far, I have completed 8 rounds of chemo and over 50 rounds of radiation. And then at my 3-month scan, I was informed that the tumor on my pancreas was shrinking and it was responding to treatment. However, it's also spread to my blood and is acute lymphoblastic leukemia. There is a mental health crisis in America right now, and I want to touch on the impact that cancer and chronic disease patients can go through. When your life changes in an instant and many days are spent vomiting and pain and being restricted with what you can do, your mind also becomes sick. My name is Maddie.
Interesting that she said their life. Oh, here's the biotin.
Pills. I take 2 every morning. So biotin, collagen, and keratin are crucial vitamins that help with like hair, skin, and nail growth. And it's by the brand Well Labs. It's a beauty complex, but you can go to welllabs.com, or I'm sure it's on Amazon. But I've been taking these. I noticed a huge difference with my hair too. So that's been another really great product I think that's helping. And then my last thing is I've been using Olaplex. So I've gotten into the Olaplex game. I've never used it, but I was like,
is Olaplex MLM? It sounds familiar.
I need something super, super good. So this is the Olaplex number 6 Bond Smoother. So it's a leave-in styling treatment and it adds moisture, strengthens, and reduces frizz. So I just after get out of the shower on wet hair, and it's really made it like super strong and healthy, which also helps with just your hair health. And when you're going through such harsh treatment, it's so important to take care of your hair. So I've been using that, really, really loving it. I think all of Olaplex's products are super good, but this is the only one I've picked up. But I might have to like extend to my line of Olaplex because I really love this. And so many people use Olaplex, so I hopped on the bandwagon, and 10 out of 10 great things to say. Other than products, I've just been not washing my hair every day. It's actually healthy to not wash your hair every single day. Otherwise it strips a lot of the oil, and you don't want that. And just being really gentle on it and not really using a whole lot of heat, just brushing it easy. And so far it's working, and I'm so thankful. Like, I'm so
She's so thankful. She's so thankful that her fake cancer did not cause a sympathetic hair loss, I guess. Olaplex. Okay, so I take back what I said. Olaplex is normal. Thank you.
So thankful for that. So
I'm thankful that Olaplex is normal.
Yeah, I get a lot of questions about my hair. Like, you look so good. Like, how are you keeping your hair? It just comes down to my brand of chemo, which is oral chemo. I got really lucky with that. So
lucky.
Thank goodness, fingers crossed. That's something to be so grateful for. And it's just adding in different supplements and products, like I just mentioned. And I'm just really grateful for that. So hope that answered and cleared up people's questions about my hair. And go try the products out if you want to. I mean,
if you have chemo, cancer problems too, like, try it out. This probably ruins everyone's hair completely.
It can be used for anybody, but for me especially, like, I say, like, they work because I'm going through chemo and they work, and like, that is such a blessing. So hope that answered questions, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, let's read another article. Maddie Russo family, because I remember reading about it and it was sort of confusing. Mother. Okay. All right, here's this part. It says, a fake cancer patient was exposed on TikTok. Now, genuine survivors are asking donors not to give up on them. Yeah, that's always the thing that I find to be the biggest victims of this, are like people who actually have the diseases that these people lie about. Because it's like, okay, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And I'm not going to give any money to anyone ever again. Or this person's like, like, if you just like have a positive mindset and take biotin, you don't have to lose your hair if you go to chemo. It's like, that's spreading misinformation. It's not true. And then people's minds get, changed by that. And they think, oh, okay, like, this person who has cancer at my job is just bitching all the time about having to take off from work because she's sick. This lady on the internet looks great. And so I gave her $1,000. Like, I don't know. Okay. This part has her mom in it. Let's see. Okay. Russo had already been documenting her cancer journey on GoFundMe, LinkedIn, and TikTok, where she shared tips on how she managed to keep her flowing mane of brunette hair healthy while undergoing chemotherapy. Perma-tanned and bleached white teeth, Russo claimed she had received dozens of rounds of chemotherapy and radiation over an 8-month period. If you look at me, you would never know I'm sick, she said in one TikTok. She spoke about how she was freezing her eggs to keep her fertility options open. Russo also shared footage of herself apparently undergoing chemotherapy treatment with an IV pole and cords and tubes attached to her nasal passage. Yeah, isn't that a thing for like eating, like feeding, a feeding tube? That's not usually like a chemo thing, but okay. Last year, medical professionals began to point out life-threatening discrepancies in how she was using the equipment in TikTok videos. One noticed that a gastronomy tube was too far up her nose and even grabbed her son's old tube to demonstrate. Mr. Campbell told The Independent that several whistleblowers, including local cancer specialists, contacted him on January 10th to share their doubts about Ms. Russo's story. They wanted to know if I had any physical proof of the diagnosis, he said. The anonymous medics said it appeared that Russo's cancer claims had been scraped off of Google. They shared screenshots of Instagram and Facebook messages, including some from Miss Russo's mother, begging her to get a second opinion. Quote, the big tip-off was that Maddie looked as healthy as can be. They said that anyone who went through 40 rounds of chemo and 90 rounds of radiation wouldn't look the way she does, would not be able to keep up the lifestyle that she does. Mr. Campbell said, adding that the eagle-eyed medical experts had the evidence all laid out. By the time the police got it, it was pretty much an open and shut case. He advised them to take the information to Elridge Police Department. So the mom looks like she's suspicious, perhaps. But then I also heard that she was estranged from her. So it's like, I don't know. I'm confused by it. Maybe she's in on it. Or maybe she lied to her mom too. I don't know. Even as the alleged ruse was unraveling, Russo continued to post emotional updates calling for donations on her GoFundMe. It says Maddie's cancer has been progressively getting worse and has spread all over her body, including throughout her blood and also on her spine. on January 9th. She has tried everything and given it her all. Chemo, radiation, and other methods have no longer helped. According to an affidavit from the Elridge Police Department, let's see that one. Police received a complaint on January 11th that Russo had fraudulently received more than $37,000. Okay. Oh, she was a John Deere intern. Oh, that's why she had the picture with her in front of the tractor. So she's John Deere intern by day, cancer fake scammer by night. Very interesting. Okay, when they raided her department. Okay, we already read that part about what they raided and found. Police said in an affidavit that Russo's footage of her treatment, purportedly taken inside of a medical office, was actually filmed in her apartment. The hospitals where Russo had claimed to be treated, none could find any record of her. Tom Boulin, the man who started her GoFundMe campaign, posted a $10,000 cash bail. Okay, who is this guy Tom? So he started the GoFundMe. Okay, he's got 37 grand now, and then he posted her $10,000 cash bail. Who is he? I'm intrigued. Okay, let's open that one too. When Iowa teenager Charlie, it says their stories kind of mirrored each other. It says when Iowa teen Charlie Esplending died after a long battle with cancer last October, Russo was among the first to publicly mourn her death. Quote, "This absolutely breaks my heart," she wrote in a since deleted Facebook post, which has resurfaced by the Mama Mystery Podcast TikTok account. "Charlie and I would text each other talking about all the ups and downs of both of our battles with cancer." Oh, she's evil. Again, I don't really believe in evil and good. It's the simple terms, but to talk to another cancer survivor about how bad yours is when they actually have it. Oh, yikes. Okay. And then it says Russo and Esplending were the same age and lived minutes apart in the metropolitan area known as the Quad Cities on the state border with Illinois. They had been in constant text contact right up until her death. Oh, Lord. So maybe that's why she's getting her information from. Like, what's your story? What's going on today? And she's just telling what she's gone through. Campbell told The Independent that speculation around town is that Miss Russo may have imitated elements of her friend's cancer story. Their stories kind of mirrored each other. Among those who donated to Russo's GoFundMe was Peggy Ohl, who set up the Ohl Strong Foundation to raise money for pancreatic cancer sufferers after her husband, Dr. Brent Ohl, died from the disease in 2018. Okay, another sad thing. In the same interview with the North Scott Press in 2018, Miss Russo explained that Peggy Ohl had gone to school with her mother, also named Peggy, and shared a birthday with her father. Interesting. They declined to talk about it. And then in a statement posted to Facebook, the foundation said it was saddened to hear that one of our recipients in 2022 has been charged with fraudulently accepting assistance from our fund. She also claimed to have been a guest speaker for the National Pancreatic Cancer Foundation, but they said that they had no contact with each other. Okay, let's see this. In one of her many TikTok posts, Russo shared an image with text of herself along with the words "drained from chemo." The photo was taken from an Instagram public page belonging to a cancer survivor named Jessica Sanders, according to the affidavit. Miss Sanders, who is in recovery after being diagnosed with ovarian cancer at the age of 20, had never met Russo and felt violated. Yeah, that's sad. Okay. These two are like supporters of her. They connected through LinkedIn and had shared a similar Midwest background and shared Miss Russo's fundraising page in part because she claimed to have the same rare blood disease that Anna was suffering from. Oh, Lord. Okay. Remorse is not in their lexicon. Okay, here we go. Steve Baker, who spent 30 years investigating fraud as a senior manager at the FTC, told The Independent in an interview on Thursday that the vast majority of online scams are never detected. Yeah, I believe that. Most times, victims were too embarrassed to report losing money, which made it harder for law enforcement to track patterns of behavior. But they also don't do anything when you do report them half the time. And then if it does come out to be a big story, they end up like getting probation. So it's sort of annoying and they start doing it again. That's why it's frustrating. Baker said that perpetrators of online fraud often come from respectable middle-class backgrounds and learn the playbook from someone close to them. Scammers prey on basic human emotions of greed, desire of money, or on the kindness of strangers. When those emotions come into play, better judgment gets left behind. According to some estimates, around 7% of scammers are on the psychopath spectrum and are incapable of feeling guilt. Remorse is not in their lexicon. They don't feel bad about the harm they've inflicted on people. They only feel guilty when they get caught, and they often don't, he explained, adding that media scrutiny was often the best way to avoid more unwitting donors from being ripped off. Okay, this is the guy who's been on all the interviews. And then, yeah, that's it. They tried to reach out to the Russo family. So maybe I don't know who that guy Tom is. Seems like he's involved somehow. Made the GoFundMe and such, and then bailed her out of jail. I don't think she will go. I don't think she'll do any jail time. Honestly, no prison time. I think she'll get probation because she's so young and she's a woman. And I think, which is like, I don't know if that's fair to say, but sometimes it seems like scammers that are women don't get as much time as men. That could be just something I've noticed myself, being more focused on the women cases, but I don't know. But she'll get no jail time, probation, and then she'll have to pay back the $37,000 plus fees, which, you know, she'll probably sell her story to Lifetime and then be set for life. Okay, let me see. Any more videos that we should watch on here that are different? Different. Maddie Russo. Let's see. Oh, people have covered it already, but we've watched most of them actually. Not a very highly covered case. So questions remain about the mother and how she was involved, or the family. But a lot of times, even if like families do something wrong, or someone in the family does something wrong, they don't do anything about it. If you know what I mean? Like they just say, "Oh well, I'm sure you're innocent." And they don't ask leading questions like Jesse Lee would want. Like, you know, did you do this? They just assume that you didn't, or they don't want to know if you've done it. And they just want to, you know, protect you and the family name. Okay. Yeah, there's not many views on these. Okay, let me just make sure there's no other parts to that. And then we'll see. Let's see, mother. A lot of them are just like repeating the same stuff. Sonic, $2 go. Oh, here's a great one. Here's a good story we can look at some point. Mother faces charges after cyberbullying her own daughter, allegedly. Isn't that always the case? Like half the time you are going through something in life as a teen girl, and then you find out it's your actual mother. Why? This is such a phenomenon that happens. Yeah. Okay. So we'll have to see what happens with all this. Do you know what we didn't check on? The Valor story, Stolen Valor. I forget her name. Valor. She was the woman, the fake Marine. Let's see, woman. Her case was supposed to have been seen by a judge. Her name is Sarah Jane Kavanaugh. Remember? We watched that whole thing. Maybe the dude that does the cop thing has covered it again. I don't see an update. Maybe it got pushed off again. Sentencing. Hold on. No, nothing new. Wow. It must have got prolonged again. It's interesting. Oh, wait. Hold on. Breaking news, everybody. Breaking news. This is from something. I don't know if this is a legitimate source. Fall River Reporter. Not sure. But this says 2022. August. That's too late. How would they know? She was going to serve jail time. Clickbait. Okay, never mind. I checked later. So yeah, sentenced on November 10th. Oh, she's being sentenced on November 10th. Okay, so she hasn't been sentenced yet. They must have postponed it again. Interesting. Very interesting timing. Yeah, with Veterans Day. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me. That was fun. Some depressing things, some surprising things, some, typical things. Lots of long videos. Lots of long videos this week. And we've been talking for, we, as in myself and my brain, have been talking for over 3 hours, nearly 4 hours. Okay, I got to sing my song though, so we know that's coming. And we have a new name on the list of the membership on the Pancake Breakfast Club. If you want to hear your name sung in the most beautiful song you've ever heard in your life, join the membership program. There's 2 tiers. 1 tier gets you access to the membership area and the Reddit page. Or you can pay the bigger, better, more juicier one, and you get to have your name in a song after the end of any stream. That's what I meant to say. And it gets shown at the beginning. It's very exciting. So yeah, that is what that is. And the link is in the description below this. And I'm trying to figure out, and this is my time now to like talk about my my salad dressing MLM. I'm just kidding. I'm trying to figure out now if I should continue to cut the highlights on the highlights channel, because now YouTube has changed and now there's these tabs, as you can see. Let me pull up my page. There's different tabs, and instead of having like people before used to have different pages for live streams and a page for shorts and a page for videos, but now that they've separated them for you, I don't know if it's beneficial to have the highlights channel anymore. So I'm doing a little experiment right now where I'm posting some on there and some on this one to see if it's makes a difference. If people prefer just to have it on the one channel, or, you know, they're not, I don't think people know it exists, the highlights channel, so it makes sense. So I've done a couple where I've edited them a little heavier than typical, because when I was doing them on the highlights channel, I'm just cutting like this minute to this minute and posting it. And so I've started to cut them and cut out like different boring parts or parts that don't need to be there, and adding a little bit of an intro so that it's a different video if you watch it. Even if you've been on the stream, this is a little bit more of like a more in sync video, if that makes sense. So if you like that style, I'm going to try it for a little bit and see how it does, and then we'll go from there. See, I put little like graphics and stuff that may pop up in some second. I don't know. But that's what I'm thinking. So I'm experimenting with doing lives and videos and trying to see what my work schedule allows and all that stuff. So it's a work in progress, okay? It's a work in progress. Also, in the description, I've also added some affiliate links. I believe it's in this one, from Amazon. So if you are interested in the tarot kitty pillow that I don't have with me right now, but the tarot kitty pillow that a lot of people liked, I have a link in the description, and I do get like 5 cents if you buy it from the link. If you buy more stuff from the link, if you like buy the tarot pillow, oh wait, thank you. Here's the tarot pillow. If you're in the market for a tarot pillow, this is in the link in the description. And then if you also, I've started using this like walking pad. It's like a treadmill, but just for walking. I mean, you can run if you want, but it's mostly meant for, oh, here's the real tarot. Come here, little real tarot. Hi. Did you hear your name? She may jump. Oh, it's hello. Right in the nick of time, right? What do you think? What do you think, tarot? What do you think about your friend? Want to say hi? No. Were you sleeping a minute ago? What's going on? Who wore it best? Tarot or tarot? So yeah, if you're interested in that, because I posted on my Instagram, a lot of people were like, where did you get that? So there's a link there as well. And it's really, I will say, I use it probably every day that I work. And if you have trouble with staying focused on things, it's helped me tremendously. Like, I feel like I do about 90 minutes a day just walking, and I get the most work done because I feel like it takes more effort to get off and like go to the bathroom or something. So for those 90 minutes, I'll just like walk straight, and then I just accomplish stuff. I don't pick my phone up. So I'm trying to sell you on a treadmill, or a walking pad treadmill thing, but it really does help me. So feel no pressure, but I figured I would share it with people. Anyways, okay. We're going to get the song that I downloaded, and another one I just did blindly again, because we love the authenticity of not knowing what a beat's going to sound like. Right? Ready, everybody? And I'm gonna sing my song, and then I'll see you on Tuesday for another stream, and then we'll figure out this YouTube thing at some point, right? I feel like I learn a little, and then I don't learn. I forget like what's smart and what's right and what's wrong and up and down. You know what I mean? I'm just blabbing on again. Okay. All right, everybody. See you in a minute. I'm gonna sing my song. Peace out. Goodbye. Hey, not bad. This sounds like a hit. Right, Tara? Rainy Cannon, they be jamming, and starry nights in the sky, watching it from the ocean in Colombia, jumping off the boat with ya is Nicole Hensley, and they are so friendly. Yeah, Najeri. Are you allowed to eat dairy? Or you're lactose intolerant? What about you, Charlotte? Hey! Do you like cheese and milk and things like that? Laura Wallace. She says, cheese is great, and that's a fact. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Angela Arnold. Doesn't get startled. Never. Nothing phases them. Just like Kendall Sue. Who are you? You join and you're new, and we say, woohoo! Welcome. And you're the last one until we reset this super cool song. Hey! And Taro's laying on the sound effects board. And because they're not there, they're not making a sound. But she is really cute, and she is really round. Hey! The perception trainer. Being on the show is a no-brainer. Always watching, always commenting. We love having you here. Just like Marley Hannon. Her trick is shooting out a cannon, like in the circus. A Consul. Do you have long hair like Rapunzel? Just changing all the words. That's what I do. And I got no shoes. Chels Marie. What would you do if I gave you sandals for free? Alaska Blood Tundra. You are so much freaking fun, ya. Okay. Crystal G says, baby. What does baby mean? It's that clothing brand from 2003. BB. You know me. Kimberly Cosi. Also, where's that? When's the last time you saw a Bebe shirt? It's been a while. Oh yeah. Remix. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, we're back. Alice in Wonderland 66. She's got so many tricks. She's magic. And not at all tragic. Just like Louise V. They like to play on the Wii. Bowling. And sometimes tennis too. Kimberly Harris. Oh wait, I skipped over Joms. Oh my God, that is not cool. Joms is so funny. And a person with the tummy. Yummy, yummy. Oh God. I'm inspired by the spiritual coach. I'm just kidding. Okay. Kimberly Harris smiles. Did you watch that movie, Lyle Lyle Crocodile? With Shawn Mendes. Kara Soto, did you take a photo of Tiffany? She broke her knee. No, she didn't. You know who did? George Santos. From playing volleyball. That doesn't exist. Darby DeFord. The ships are unmoored because of you. Dave Hollis says you are the one who inspired him to write Built Through Courage. We're going off the edge of the ocean. This is the last one, all right? We're almost there. You made it this far. You must not be in the car. Brianna Nicole. She's got a really cool soul. Yeah. 'Cause of quantum physics. And Dave Kelly, he watches the telly 'cause he's in England. Or not. We can still call it telly in America. I won't be mad at ya. Not Jenna Cash either. She's outside just taking a breather. And finally, El Cholo's kid. Where did you find the thing you hid? You know that thing. I won't say it on here because I'm just joking. I won't be ever toking 'cause I'm not cool. And smoking doesn't rule. I'm just kidding. I'm scared of it. I cough even when I don't need to. Because it's something that I do. Apparently. Today at least. I have runner's cough. Oh, frick off. That doesn't exist. Okay, but why is it on my list? I guess we'll never know. Thank you for spending your Saturday night with me. I appreciate it. And I'll see everybody later. By seeing you, I mean I'll see your names later. Goodbye.